I don't know what the hell. I don't even know how to introduce today. Let's see here. Game capture. Fall Guy. Bingo. There we go. What's going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Right? How's everyone? Hope everyone's doing alright. Where? There we go. Alright. How is everyone? I hope everyone had a fantastic Huggy Bear. How are you, sir? I'm doing pretty good. You good bearded winner? What do you mean water? Party. Yes, Huggy. Party. Indeed. Oh, does my mic? Hold on. It might be. Let me double check. Hold on. Is it? Oh, it's because I have two microphones on. Shit. Hold on. Oh, it's probably because I have two. Oh, yep. Definitely don't want to die. Yeah, I have two things. I keep forgetting to delete that other one just to kind of. All right, come on. Come on. There we go. We're almost there. Come on, get out of there. Oh, fuck. No! Ah, damn. Ah, fuck. Well, definitely not qualifying for this one. Yeah. Alright, hold on. Let me, I think it's, this one right there. There you go. Now I should sound fine. Let me double check here. All right, I was just making sure. Okay, wait. I'm not in this one. So, let me. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the show. So yeah, no, today's been interesting. Today was a very interesting day. By the way, I will do a separate stream on this. We haven't talked about it yet. I haven't talked about it on this channel yet, but we're gonna go over June the King's video. Most recent video. It was a very, very good video. It was about Bam Margera and kind of like the whole synopsis of the whole situation going on. Of course, obviously, if you guys haven't seen my interview with June the King that I did last year, around this time last year, in one of the if you go to videos on a separate tab, in one of the in the Alpha Air Bayside Sessions videos, you'll see that I actually did an interview with June the King. That was probably one of the most fun interviews that I've done in a while. Definitely gonna be doing another one soon, hopefully. But I mean, I will say this: I did listen back to it the other night, and I kind of cringe at it, but I always cringe at everything I do. I kind of cringe at everything I do. I'm too much of a weirdo about like my videos, I guess. A lot of people have to watch their own videos for it, like. Okay. There we go. Get out of the way. Give me. There we go. Toot, 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 toot. Toot, 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 toot. Ooh. Ow. Thank you. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Come on. Yes. Qualified. I'll definitely take that second place. Any day of the week. But right for stream, I did watch June the King's Bay Margera video. He does a lot of good documentaries. And it's really telling about like BAM and everything like that. Like everyone knows how I feel about BAM and in its current state. And you know, it's kind of unfortunate with some of the stuff that he has to go through and everything. So, I mean, like, I really do hope he actually does get to see his son, but I think he has to get really sober for that. Like, honestly, like even like sober, like, I mean, not like sober to the point where like he can't take medication. Like, obviously he needs medication, he needs to be medicated and everything like that, because like he is kind of I don't know how to describe it, but he kind of lost himself, honestly. See, Fall Guys, how to play Airborne Antics. Ooh. So this is a custom one. Okay. Oh, okay. I know what this is. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Oh my god. Thank you. I just gotta keep on swimming. Okay. Wait for that current one. Right there. There we go. Oh, there we go. I'm in. That was a really harsh one right there. Um, yeah, like especially like especially like um the most recent stuff his with his brother, like tell him that he has to leave the property and everything like that. That's really where Castle Bam, where I guess his family is currently at. And if that's true, then that's unfortunate. Like really, um, you know, I've gotten to like listen to a couple of interviews with Jess, his brother, who's the drummer of CKY, and he's a very sweet dude. Like he's a very very sweet dude, but like you fuck with his family, that's asking for trouble. Like some of the things that that was shared in that was like pretty pretty sobering. Like not even like a bad thing. So we got to stay in the spotlights. Okay. So there will be like 2. Okay, there's 3. All right, I'm qualified. All right. But yeah, like if it's kind of now to this point where it's a fair comparison to where if you look at like the situation with Ethan Ralph, like, well, it's not even a situation, it's situations. Like it's just kind of sad just to kind of see like people really fuck their life up just to you know do something right for their kid. So oh, they added those to it. Ugh. This is gonna suck. Okay, there we go. Someone found this. Okay. Okay. Ooh. There we go. The left. Okay. 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 Oh. Okay. Oh God, no. Okay. Okay, as long as we know where the line is. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, go. Oh, shit. Okay. Alright, so at least I know where to go now. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh no! Oh no! Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is gonna suck. Everyone's just gonna win here. Oh, oh no! No! Oh! Ah, shit. It's all good. Oh. Is frames dropping again? Fuck. I mean, I'm just gonna have to deal with it then. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Alright. Oh, nope. Nope. Yeah, nope. That dropped a lot of frames. Is it because there's so many sources active, I guess? Yeah. Okay, maybe that did alright. Okay. Cool, you won. Congratulations. By the way, thank you, Rennie, for the like. Really do appreciate it. Bless up. Bless up. Alright. Fuck. What's going on? But yeah, so just watching it, it kind of it really saddened me a little bit, just because, like, you know, I grew up watching him, and though I will say, and I have watched, like I was watching a podcast that Ville Valo of him did, talking about Bam, and he's hoping Bam gets better, which is something that, you know, I think we're all hoping that he gets better, because he deserves to be able to live as the rest of his life, at least in my opinion. But I do believe that he does really need to work on himself to be able to just kind of be around his son and everything, which a lot of people are kind of like, well, we don't know how that will happen though. Ooh, oh no! Ow. Okay, well. Okay, gotta get past the rhinos. Woo! Well, bud. But yeah, and he was talking about, like, you know, he feels unfortunate that, you know, that his own lack of sobriety was not helping him with his own sobriety, which like I feel for that, you know. Like, there's people who can handle their alcohol, and then there's like people who can't live without their alcohol, and it's kind of unfortunate that people have to rely on that so much to, like, either get through something, or just to kind of like ignore like your body, I guess, if that makes sense. Like I don't mind drinking. Like I don't mind. I drink, but it's like it's not even that much of a thing I do anyway. It's just kind of like one of those things where you're like, hey, like I'm just here just to hang out, have a good time, and obviously drink responsibly. You know that type of stuff. So oh, oh. Okay. Ow. Okay. Just got cheesed. Get out of the way. I want to get there a little quicker. Come on. Oh no. Oh, fuck. I should have done it sooner. Okay. Oh no, I should have done it. It's all good. Yeah, everyone's just gotta. Ooh, I got 1,000 kados to level 6, where I get pants. But I'm a dragon. Rawr. I'm not sorry for what I just said, but whatever. Okay, we're gonna keep playing solos. I don't know. I feel like just playing like something that I could just kind of ramble with and chill out with at the same time. So just kind of bear with it. Oh yeah, by the way, if anyone is very interested in pro wrestling, especially if you're like me, I like watching Japanese pro wrestling, Pro Wrestling Noah. It's getting really good. The N1 Victory is literally the week after. The week after the G1 ends. So that's gonna be a really fun time. I'll be posting updates in the N1 Victory chat if those that are in the Discord. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Jason the Dragon. Ow. Oh, no. Let me bounce up. Ow. Ow. Why am I keep getting bullied into this? Oh, okay, there we go. Just getting bullied into it. Why not? Okay. I gotta go do this. Oh no. Oh, really? Okay, I guess I'll do this middle one then. Oh no! Oh! Oh, I'm in the hurricane! Oh. Okay. Okay, hurry up. Oh. Get me on there. Let me in! Let me in! Just kinda just chilling. Breathe. Yeah, VC's open, you guys. If you want to hang out, just go into the green room, and I'll definitely drag you in. We can talk shit, shoot the breeze. Talk about what you guys want to talk about. Obviously, as long as it's not like something that's like super fucked. But sights and roundabouts. What? That sounds weird. I don't know why. Hmm. Okay. No preview of what's to happen. Oh. Okay, here we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, come on. All right. We doing good so far. I appreciate this. What was it about? Yeah, oh yeah, so the topics, yeah. If you guys are wanting to talk about certain things, the only thing I'm not gonna touch with a 5-foot pole for optics reasons and everything like that, is the Dove situation. Because I have no fucking clue what's going on with it. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like something that is definitely a hell no. I'm not going to talk about it topic. I mean, if people want to talk about it, that's up to them. Or as some people would say, that is your own funeral. And all that stuff. Hold on, Lamp is in. Yo, Lamp, what's going on, brother?
I'm just a chilling. But
Big
for some
chillin'.
reason on stream, your mic has like this like echo to it.
Oh, hold on. I thought I got it. Oh, it's because I. Okay.
Yeah, it's got like a reverb going on.
Oh, okay. There you go. I got it. I thought I muted it, but I guess I didn't. But no, I fixed it. So it's because
yeah, it's all good now.
Yeah. How you been, bro?
I was escaping Tarkov, but I ended up escaping by 7.62 by 51 NATO through the back of my fucking helmet. That's how I ended up escaping today. Because I'm still trying to teach a friend how to play, and it just requires me to stand still at the beginning of raids and like drop my backpack so he can like pick up ammo. And it's getting me killed, and it frustrates the fucking living shit out of me. That people like spawn, like rush other spawns, like that. I've been hitting some world record speed runs for how fast you can die in Tarkov. I died in fucking 23 seconds in one raid on a big map.
Wow, that's
on
fucked.
A huge map, like on one of the bigger maps in the game, not the tiny one.
Yeah.
Fucking 23 seconds. I died in 9 seconds on the small map today.
Well, that's. Well, I mean, you know how people are with small maps. It seems like, and I kind of noticed this ever since DMZ dropped. and then everyone was like, "Oh, I could do this on Escape for Tarkov." It was like, "Yeah, no about that."
Yeah, DMZ was kind of lame though for me because it's like the AI is so fucking tanky in DMZ.
Mm-hmm.
Like player fights are fun as all hell. Like player fights are the best part of DMZ because you can wipe an entire squad with one like magazine of an RPK.
Yeah.
But then in Tarkov, like then in like the AIs, like you gotta spend like 2 fucking RPK mags of 60 rounds or 75 rounds. Sorry, like you know the drum mags.
Yeah.
Like, you kill the like you expend like 2 fucking full drum mags to kill like one patrol unit of like the higher AIs, and it's so fucking dumb. They're so tanky for no fucking reason. And not to mention the, you know, the when they patched murdering them with cars, they made it like they patched it out like 2 weeks in, where like if you're near like a juggernaut or a boss with the like with your car, it EMPs the car where it won't drive anymore.
Oh fuck. Ooh.
Because like I think it was like early, like when they released DMZ, they made it where you can unlock the, you know, the honey badger by killing a boss inside of a radiation zone, and people were running him over with cars.
Jesus.
So they patched out fucking using your car around bosses in general.
That's I mean, that's fair.
And then there was the fact anytime you used VoIP, people would just fucking shout slurs.
I mean, obviously.
So you can't even make content out of it, or funny content.
I mean, you can. It would be just the world's longest beep. It's just like, you know, mother. It's just like, well, is this television?
Fucking television types, like censoring would have been preferable.
Yeah, like Jerry Springer. Like, you remember what Jerry Springer? Like, so they used to tell people, and this is true story. I had a friend that had a dad that worked as like one of the reliever security people for Jerry Springer. They this was like 2005, so they used to not censor people saying like bitch, and then they get a call from Fox. They're like saying, hey, we're trying to keep the rating like the way it is, but daytime people are like, yeah, you need to kind of slow your roll on this on the usage of the word. So everyone got what they call a one.
Before they went to UPN, right? Yeah, that was before
no,
the UPN days.
they were never on UPN on where I was at. So
yeah, it was on UPN where I was at. You know, so it was like that for a while. Like, you know, like it was uncensored for a good while until like 2007, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because UPN's like a lot like trashier.
Yeah. It was just basically like it was kind of like with the shit that they used to do to what was it? What was it? Fucking G4 in its original run before it got absolutely like. Oh,
all I remember from G4's original run is all of the episodes of Japanese Ninja Warrior.
So they used to air all the Japanese Ninja Warrior, and then they would have a whole block of cheaters, and then cops. Which, to be fair, actually, I preferred having cops on at night because it just made it more like, oh, okay, it's an actual TV show now.
Yeah, I like G4 because it was like a network that I could get my parents to tune into because they weren't into video games and shit. And I could get them to tune in because of the cheaters and cops blocks and then the Ninja Warriors.
Yeah.
Like the Ninja Warrior episodes. And you know, the segments between the commercials and shit would be about video games. So it would be like, hell yeah, I can watch shit, you know, watch this stuff and watch the video game segments and get the news.
Now, like, what's funny about it is I was having a discussion about this the other night, like, cause like I'm still in the G4 server. Like there's no invites that you get. Like once you're out, you're
Yeah, the
out.
server's dead. Yeah, the server's like dead.
No, it's still active here and there. Like some people will still like come in and just chill, hang
Or it's
out.
just or it's just like private now. That's
Yeah, it's just private. You can't put out any links and all that. I think that's one of the conditions of having the server still up. Which it's funny because like I saw who was it? I think it was Fiona. Fiona was in just the general chat, just like sitting there going like, hey guys, I know it's almost 1 year since we actually had this television show, huh? It's like too soon. She because
it was that fucking it was that one lady that
Frost?
went on that rant.
Yeah.
She went on
Frost.
that rant. She fucking murdered the momentum that they had
Yeah,
going in.
like look,
there wasn't a lot of momentum, and that rant murdered it because
Yeah.
people just fucking ate that shit like alive on Twitter. That was not it.
that wasn't the take. Like it wasn't. Like they're like I get it. Like she feels like, you know, she wasn't liked when she was in high school, but like Jesus, come on, like even I was like, oof. Like look, I'm an ugly duckling, but you know, you can't tell me.
It's just like, yeah, there's gonna be people that are upset that it's not like the same way it was the first time around.
Yeah.
But you're just gonna have to get over that and try your best to make better content and make people love the new version.
Like
because they're always gonna be some fucking retards talking about, oh yeah, the fucking hosts aren't as hot as the first time around. There's always a bunch of retarded misogynists like that.
Yeah.
Like you're just not gonna get past that.
Like and here's the thing, like, you know,
But then you ruin the show for the actual gamers that, you know,
yeah,
care.
like I remember watching Xavier Woods, like I know he's for it, but at the same time he was sitting there going like, you're ruining a paycheck for me.
Yeah.
He just kind of had that cheesy like grin, like, yeah, and then fucking Adam Sessler just kind of just sitting there going like, yeah. And he's like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm yelling at, but yeah.
That one guy. The one guy in Fall Guys just fucking reaching and just fell. Didn't even try to jump. Jeez, I love Fall Guys sometimes.
Nope. Now he's just stuck.
I remember I fucking was playing with a homie last year when I had my controller still, and at the end of one of the obstacle courses, I was already like, you know, like I finished almost first, like it was second or third, and I waited for my friend to finish the course and sat there, grabbed him and pushed him back until we were the last two, and he was spurting out on me, and while like everyone was going through because he didn't win the first round in like the last 5 challenges.
Ooh,
and had to watch me play the entire bracket. And he started spurting at me so hard. It was so fucking funny.
Yeah, it's so like everyone tells me like this game is like, so when I first got it, like, oh Russ, you're gonna get so mad at it. You're gonna get so mad at it. I'm like,
brother,
no, like not really.
Brother,
so like the only game
happy you don't have a TTV in your name. And you know, and have have it on Twitch, because holy shit, there used to be so many people that would get upset about this game and go into Twitch chats fucking spamming slurs. People get so butthurt about getting fucking griefed in this game.
So apparently
it happened to me last year too. I didn't have like the TTV, but still.
Yeah. So apparently they made it to where now if you start getting upset about something in the Twitch chat and you start just yelling out slurs for just Fall Guys, they made it in the API to where now you get like instant timeout, like not even like you know, oh, you need to think about what you did. It was just like,
I
oh
got
yeah,
called a dirty N-word last year when I streamed this game because it was like the matching one, you know, where
oh yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta recognize the pattern and you gotta stand on the right tile and shit, and all the rest of them disappear.
Yeah,
And
I
this dude
remember
wasn't
that one.
paying attention between rounds,
Oh.
and he was at the edge of one of the tiles, like on the edge. And I walked up and just fucking shoved him off of it, like pushed him off of it, and just like ended his game. Bro came in. I didn't even have TTV in my name. Bro just came into my Twitch chat. Like he looked me up on Twitch, and came into my Twitch chat and fucking called me a dirty N-word.
Damn.
I was like, bro, are you mentally challenged or do you just not have ears? Like, listen to my voice. Listen to my voice. Do I sound black? I sound like a good old boy.
Does that like the South rise again, right, brother? It's like fucking
amen, brother.
fucking
Raise
man.
hell, praise Dale.
Raise hell, praise Dale. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, so I had a customer get mad at me, a couple weeks ago because, or actually not even a couple weeks ago. It was like 2 weeks ago. Oh well, that guy was floating in the air for 1 minute. So. To context this, I went to a racetrack that actually had Sundrop. Sundrop in my area is very hard to get. Like,
Yeah, the
very,
only place
very
I
hard.
know that has it even is basically like Circle K.
Yeah. So I sat there, I was like, I'm like, okay, so if, because no, not even our Circle K's even have it. So they were like, okay. I was sitting there going like, okay, oh, man, this is so good, because I never actually had Sundrop before. I've had like the Coca-Cola and obviously Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
So like Mellow
Sundrop's
Yellow
like
and
Mellow Yellow, but with
Yeah.
more citrus. Like that's what Sundrop is. It's like Mellow Yellow, but with more of that citrus taste.
So I was like, I like this better than both of them. Like, fuck Mountain Dew at this
Yeah.
point.
Bro, I love Mellow Yellow more than Mountain Dew, and I love Sundrop more than Mellow Yellow. It's like
So I was like, look, I want to get the unholy trinity. Well, technically it's not unholy. It's pretty holy and based. I want to complete the holy trinity here. So I asked my boss, I was like, hey, can you ask if this is in the allowed list? Because I want this in the store. And they had it. They're like, yes, we can even put it right in this order this week. I was like, goody. I was the only one, because I don't drink a lot of soda, but once we got that in, I was like, oh yes. Oh, hold on. Oh, ow. Okay, well, this is gonna be interesting. Yo. Hey, Scotch, what's going on, brother?
I remember I used to do the like the assistants with like the Pepsi vendor when they did Bang Energy. And you want to know something wild that I was told?
What?
That you cannot not order a Rainbow Unicorn as one of the flavors. And if you know Rainbow Unicorn, it's the can that has the trans flag colors.
Oh, that's
stupid. They basically put that in every store that has Bang Energy.
Just sub, Tommy. Have a great night. Yo, bro. Thank you for subbing. I really do appreciate it. You have a good night.
I found
Scotch.
that incredibly wild, though, that they do that.
Yeah, I found that to be
Because
extra
I asked
wild.
them, because no one buys it no one bought it when I used to put a product in at this fucking like truck stop that I used to work at. No one would buy it, and I would just be like, and I said, hey, like, what can we replace this with? Because no one buys it, and they were like, what flavor? I was like, Rainbow Unicorn. I was like, oh,
If you're taking callers, I'm in the green room.
That.
Yeah, I am.
There was like every store in this area has to have it. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean by that?
All right, yo, what's up, Huggy?
What's up, pimping?
None, just big chimpin', pimp chimpin'.
What's up, Limp?
Yeah.
Just a chilling.
Bro, but so yeah, this guy got mad. You could tell he's like a New Yorker, just like or like had family that lived in New York, because he's like, why you got this Southern stuff in here? Like, I'm talking to, I guess apparently he sounds like a Southerner too to me. I don't know why, but he's like, why you got this? Like, actually, no, he almost sounds like the Undertaker when he spoke. He said they're going like, why in the world do you have this sun drop? He dropped the OP. I was like, I actually had a moment right there. I was like, oh. And he was like, I was like, well, it was in our order sheet, and a lot of people wanted it, so I was like, okay, right on. Like, so he was just kind of like, oh shit, come on, oh fuck, in there. All right. So I was like, look, man, it's not a bad thing to have like a multiple variations of all this. He's like, no, man, you don't understand. I'm a Mountain Dew king. I'm sitting there going like, what, like fucking Lizard King here? Or what the fuck? Like I'm sitting there thinking in my head. So I'm just like, okay, so if he's saying he's the king of something, why in the world, he's like, why in the world are you grabbing this stuff? That stuff is too bad for you. I'm like, bad for you? I don't recall an actual study that is actually legitimately true that they found out that Mountain Dew has enough chemicals in it to actually castrate your sperm if you drink it too much. I was like, he was like, what? Is that's not true? I was like, there's people that have said it. It's actually, I think it's actually a Harvard one too on top of that. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, you know what? Those Harvard people don't know what they're talking about. I was like,
anything that's green is an abomination to food, in my opinion. I love Mountain Dew. Blessed art thou, Mountain Dew. But I don't trust anything that's not black or white. I do like the Baja Blast.
I'd say my favorite soft drink in general is Sprite.
yeah, like I like Sundrop because it's not necessarily yellow. It's just like or green. It's just kind of like a aqua color. So it just sits there and goes like, okay.
Yeah, I like the hint of orange that it has in it. It's not too strong.
Yeah.
It has a hint of it.
Have you ever had ski before?
I don't think I have.
So it's a Midwest. It's like a Midwest delicacy. There's a website for it called like it's ski.com, and basically what it is, it takes the lime out of it, and so it's like a lemon orange drink. It's really, really good. And unfortunately, no one hasn't picked up the brand. It's been its own manufacturing thing for like so many years. I was like, man, I want that like so bad in our store. Unfortunately, because it's not one of our 3 distributors, and even if we got an independent distributor to bring it in, that costs more money than actually selling it. So they're just kind of like, look, we respect the dedication, appreciation of it, but that's gonna be a huge no. I was like, well, I mean, you guys carry the 6-pack bottles of it. Is like, we don't care, it's still a no. And I was like, okay, whatever. I guess it's just kind of one of those regional things. Like the more you get deeper in the heart of the Midwest, which is like usually like your Illinois, Iowa, Missouri area, it's like it's more probable there. But
do they have Grapico where you guys are? Because I know that's a Pepsi product, but I wonder if it's regional. Yeah, that's a regional product because it's more localized to the Buffalo Rock production facility.
Yeah,
in Birmingham. That's where they make Grapico at.
Oh, nice. Yeah, like they're
And
like we
you
get
know, it's
we
pretty
get Big
local to
Red.
me, but I love Grapico. It's like my third favorite soda behind Sprite and Sunkist.
Mm-hmm. Like
But I
we
just know that it's a regional thing because like
Oh. Okay. Well, that's weird.
the
Yeah.
only time I've been outside of the Southeast was going to Indiana
Mm-hmm.
when I was like 12 and it wasn't there. And I was like, I wonder if it had spread since then.
No. Like the one brand that actually has spread that I'm actually pretty happy about is is Big Red, because like I am a Big Red guy.
Yeah,
I like Big Red.
Red's actually kind of nice. Yeah, Big Red's kind of nice.
There's one that's like exclusively for like Alabama, and it's called Big Blue. And
Ooh, yeah, Big Blue is fucking sweet.
it is like
It's so hard to
good.
find, but it is great.
Yeah, it's like almost Alabama locked, like because that's
Yeah.
where I could only find it, because I used to go to Talladega all the time, so there would be like, oh hey, we're gonna go to the store, do you want to get something? Like let me go with you, I want to know what they have. So I would go there, and all of a sudden I'd be like, wait, what's this? They're like, oh
Big
yeah,
Blue is
that's
so
the
hard
regional
to
stuff.
find.
Yeah, Big Blue's very
Yeah.
hard to find. They made one that I really wanted to try, but it was like a limited time thing. They came out with the Big White, which was like a mystery flavor. And first of all, like bad wording in terms of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
have
it
you
was
ever
called Big
seen-
White.
Have you ever seen the White Powerade?
Oh,
There's like a cherry.
yeah,
Powerade that is
it's called the White Power.
They stopped selling it at the fucking truck stop I worked at because a bunch of fucking like rednecks would come in and buy it all out.
That's their way of saying White Power.
Yeah, it's literally they would literally just be they would buy it and they'd come up to the counter and be fucking making like little jokes about white power when they'd walk up and buy it. And I'm like, bro, it's just a sports drink.
It's a sports drink. Yeah.
It's a sports drink. You can find a more clever way to be racist.
I mean, if you get the right puns, it works. But I mean, yeah. What were you gonna say, Huggy?
I was just gonna for number one, if you guys are Cowboy fans or like, no, I'm sorry, if you like to play Cowboys, there's a lot of people pre-ordering Red Dead Redemption remake on PC.
Oh, they're remaking Red Dead Revolver or Red Dead Redemption 1?
Red Dead Redemption 1.
Oh, they should have remade Red Dead Revolver. That would have been so fucking sick.
I agree with
That's
you.
the original game in the franchise. You know, Red Dead Redemption 2 is the third game in that franchise.
Well,
No, not a lot of people know about the existence of Red Dead Revolver.
no, I play Red Dead Revolver. I love it. But that's number one. Number two, what we're trying to say is the fact that drinks these days are just on another level. Like, I was watching this scientist or this health guru talk about how Monster Energy drinks are bad for you because of processed sugar and blah fucking blah, right? But here's the thing though, what if you were working a 15-hour workday, you're coming home, and you have a 7-Eleven near you? Can a Monster Energy drink really be bad for you after you're working hard and you know, doing back-breaking labor? I think not. I think in the way
Yeah.
Monster Energy saves your life. It's when you are just sitting down doing nothing. It's when Monster Energy drinks are bad for you.
Yeah, it's like relative to your lifestyle. Like, you know, it's not just what's in products, it's relative to like the lifestyle that you live too.
Yeah. Like right now, the only energy drink I really get right now is either the Monster Juice Aussie lemonade one, or I would get it's actually becoming one of my personal favorite ones because it hits the money in terms of flavor. It's the Celsius orange.
Ooh, yeah, I know
Yeah.
which one that one is.
Yeah,
The
it's
only one
so
I really
good.
get is the like the ultra,
Mhm.
the white can,
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't have sugar in it, and and it has like no carbs, I think, and it has like no sugar, and it actually tastes not that bad.
Yeah,
Because Monster has too much sugar for me when it comes to energy drinks. Like
yeah,
it just makes my stomach feel like death afterwards
yeah.
because of
Like
all of the sugar.
I've told people before, like like if you ever drink Monster in particular, eat it with like a carb, or drink it with a carb, so like a bread or like a sandwich. I always try to eat it with like toast with like jam on it. It's really good.
I
Let's see.
always would just like something I tell people about energy drinks, because I drink them a lot,
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that you should be drinking water with it too. If you just
Yeah.
drink the energy drink, you're gonna fucking crash really hard, and you're gonna feel like shit, and it's gonna make you feel even worse. Like the best thing to do after you drink a can of any energy drink is to drink an equal amount of water like immediately after, so you balance it out that way. Because one, it makes the the energy high last longer, and secondly, it doesn't fuck up your it doesn't fuck up your fucking kidneys as badly
Yeah,
because you're
because
drinking water
they
too and diluting it.
I went to my doctor, and he was like, so I heard, do you drink energy drinks by any chance? I go, yeah, whenever it's needed. And they're like, what's your definition of needed? I was like, 2 times a week. And they're like, yeah, and you're not drinking water with that? I was like, yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I drink like a gallon and a quarter of water every day.
Mm,
Like literally, like no matter what I do, I drink a gallon and like a quarter of water, because it's so good to drink water.
mm-hmm. I'm
Like
trying to get
I
those.
get I get like way more migraines when I don't drink enough water, because I
Mm-hmm,
have chronic migraines, and any like loud noises and like bright lights or bright
mm-hmm.
flashing lights like trigger my fucking migraines, and I get them more often when I don't drink enough water. Like I literally have a gallon jug of water I'm fucking drinking out of right now, and I'm about a quarter of the way
Oh
through it.
no. Oh man. Okay, so this game, this maze. Oh man. Okay, so this is gonna get interesting. So
Oh, I remember this.
okay, let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh nope. It's not. That's not the one. He's trying to get it to. Oh, get away from me.
I am the master of the hex grid games, or hex ones. The hex roller, I am the best at that one.
Oh. Get away from me. Oh, so let's go straight. Oh, okay, we gotta go back.
You know what is the most OG energy drink? G Fuel. That is.
G Fuel is like chalky ass mess.
But that's.
I don't like. I'm not a fan of G Fuel. I tried it back in 2017 and I hated it.
That's
It tasted.
Sorry, you were saying.
Oh,
It just tastes like
no.
it just tastes like a chalkboard. Like if you rubbed your hand on chalkboard
Ah,
and licked
damn.
it, that's what G Fuel tastes like.
I almost had the
I
crown.
shit you not.
Oh well.
That's the granddaddy of them all. I remember many 24-hour streams where people were like, just drinking it by the powder. You know how like you know how like how people take the scooper, right? They just put the scoop in their mouth, get the
Yeah.
water and then rinse it. Yeah, that's why people do shots of those, and I'm like, you're either committed or you're really, really dumb. I respect that.
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, you know.
It's a respectable level of mental handicap.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, Alpha, I have an idea for your soundboard.
Okay, shoot.
LA Night, let me talk to you.
I mean, I have, let me see here.
I have everything muted because I don't like to hear my voice, but hold
Hold on, let me get it. It's from TikTok, so it is a little scuffed, but it works.
Yeah. Yeah. You think? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Dummy.
Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's basically like my pure definition of NPC followers for people. Because the
I was just thinking to myself, like I was a big fan of like all of a sudden LA Knight just came onto my radar, Alpha. I can't get enough of his shtick. It's amazing.
It's a beautiful shtick.
Like this man made me believe that he should win the championship against Roman Reigns.
I mean,
well, you don't agree?
Well, I mean, I think right now for them to tell the story of him and Jay is more important at the moment, but I get it.
Yeah. I still say that the story should have been completed with Cody, but that's none of my business.
Oh fuck. Okay. That was...
Also, as far as like the gaming energy supplements go, like the powdered ones,
Mhm.
the best one I've tried so far is Gamer Subs. They have the best flavors and they have the craziest names for them too.
Yeah, like
Like my buddy ordered a tub of one called Titty Milk. I was like, that is fucking hilarious.
I've actually have tried the titty milk one. That one was like pretty out there. I was like, I mean,
Misfits Melon is the best flavor in my opinion of Gamer Subs. It's a pretty banging flavor.
Oh fuck.
I've tried G Fuel, Advanced Energy, Glitch Energy, Gamer Subs.
I've had Rogue. I mean, I'm sponsored by
and
Rogue.
Juggernaut Energy too, but I don't know if you've heard of that one. That's a smaller one.
Yeah, that one's the small one that I've heard of. So let me
Oh, I know the guy that runs Juggernaut too. I've had some friends had bad experiences with the dude that runs Juggernaut Energy. I could fucking spill that tea if you want.
Oh, I mean, if it's tea, then I'm listening.
Oh, so he runs this dude runs an apparel company that that streamers can partner with and shit too.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies was in an org that was partnered with one of these, like with this company, the apparel company, and with Juggernaut.
Yeah.
And he had gotten a deal offered to him by a different apparel company where they would do the production and shit for him. Where they would do it like without him having to pay in because they wanted the sponsor and shit instead of him having to pay in for it, like pay down. They were willing to start production and shit immediately for free. No, on his end, no cost to him. As soon as the customer is making an order, it's there. And he tells the people that running the org that these people are willing to pay it, and they say that they'll have to consult with the Juggernaut Energy guy that that runs it. I think the
Yeah.
dude's name is Mountain, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he says, "Okay, let me know what they say because I want to take this deal because they're willing to do it for free instead of me having to pay this guy's company up front to get production started, even if the customer's making an order." And the dude gets fucking really butthurt and like basically convinces the owner of the org to kick my buddy out.
Mm-hmm.
And then my buddy makes a video exposing exposing him for being like really nasty and just talking shit about his branding because he was in a Twitter group chat that the dude wasn't aware that he was in and was just slamming his fucking shit. As well as one that I was in with the dude where he was slamming my boy's shit. And I told my buddy, like, hey, this dude is over here talking mad shit about you. Because, he's my boy. I'm not gonna fucking just let somebody talk, let him not know. And
So-
he makes a YouTube video calling the guy out and showing the receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones I fucking gave him and the ones he had of his own. And this dude fucking was threatening him with legal threats for like a solid month, and it was Badwick and I that went in and had to tell this dude not to fucking do that shit because it would like get him canceled.
Yeah.
We had to go in and tell this dude that ran Juggernaut not to fucking file the copyright strike and shit.
Mhm.
Even because it would just get him canceled for being stupid, basically.
So right now, because it's gonna be on my with my next paycheck, I'm getting Rogue Energy's new flavor, which is raspberry pineapple. Which, if anyone knows me, I'm a pineapple guy. So, anything with pineapple makes me happy, and
Even
I
on
like
pizza?
raspberries, so it just doubles my happiness.
Wait, even on pizza though?
Huh?
I mean, what is your opinion of pineapple on pizza though, Alpha?
I mean, it depends on like what other toppings you're gonna put on it. Like, I mean, I'm not against it, nor I'm like for it. It's just kind of like
What about pineapple and ham? Because
pineapple and ham.
that is
Yes, that is
pineapple
a
and ham on pizza. That is a Kino choice.
yeah. That's the one. Or if you're like me and you would get what's called a Jimmy Buffett pizza, which is just basically hamburger pizza with pineapple. And
Oh, I've had that before too. It is a good one.
yeah, it's pretty fire. But see, the key is you can't do it with regular sauce. You have to do it with barbecue.
Yeah. I forget where I had that before. It was a local pizza joint somewhere in fucking Birmingham.
Ew, pineapple. Oh, dragoon. Shush. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's
But oh yeah, you were talking about the raspberry. I think it was raspberry pineapple.
yeah.
I was just trying to put you back on topic for that one.
Oh
'Cause we
yeah,
got
no.
sidetracked.
Yeah, raspberry pineapple is really good. It's a different combination that I actually really enjoy. I'm doing good, Dragon. How you been, man? Yeah, so I've been campaigning for a different version of lemonade called a pineapple lemonade. So it's like lemonade, it's lemons and pineapple, and it actually
Ooh.
slaps. Like, it absolutely
That
slaps.
actually sounds like it would go hard.
It was. It
Because
was.
because the tang of the lemon sounds like it would go really well with the sweetness of the pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like it would go really well together. And then like a splash of cherry or raspberry would go even harder with that.
I slipped. Just playing Fortnite. Ah, I see.
Or even strawberry, like strawberry, cherry, or raspberry, like a splash of it with that would probably make a perfect cocktail.
So here's the thing about it though. Like, so I don't know why I feel like people need to remind me about this. So they feel like blue raspberry is overplayed, which is true. It's pretty true that blue raspberry gets overplayed a lot, and no one's not talking about blackberry. Like, come on, like
Yeah, blackberry is underrated. Like and
blackberry
underdone.
slaps. Like,
Bro, I used to pick a fucking 5-gallon bucket full of blackberries every summer. There's like a massive fucking patch of blackberry bushes on my fucking property that I own. I go like every summer. I've got to go this year and pick some. But every summer I go blackberry picking and it's the best.
yeah.
Like I go with a machete and a fucking like a fucking like a little 22 fucking pistol on the side just in case I fucking run into snakes.
Yeah.
And then I have a 5-gallon bucket that I throw it into, and usually like my aunts make pie, or like my younger brother and I will fucking get together and fucking make ourselves some blackberry wine with it.
Ooh, blackberry wine, man. That's where it's at though.
One year we just straight up made moonshine with it.
Oh yeah, blackberry moonshine's the best. Like we had a couple of good old boys that we used to go with in Talladega that would absolutely make it, and we would drink it all. Like and it would be like 3 days before the race, because we would stay there for like 4 days. If we would just absolutely get like face ream drunk.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. Like with brewing, you have to watch out for like the first few ounces of what comes out of the still, because that shit is like toxic and will fucking destroy you. Like I mean, it just fucking has like it will fucking blind you. That's why the moonshine blindness is a meme. Like that's something we legitimately already knew going in. Like my brother and I, when the first time we did it.
Yeah, it is, I hate this game. Well, you know what, Skelly? You could argue about it in this VC if you want to.
But man, fucking the moonshine is like fun. It's fun to make it, but it is like it's also like very anxiety inducing. Because like if you're like a shoddy fucking craftsman with your still can fucking explode.
Yep.
The first one my little brother made fucking exploded because he didn't fucking weld it right. Because like we did like the cursory level of like welding knowledge from fucking shop class in high school, and his ass didn't weld it right. And
Skelly, no, we just about that. He said, swear the developers base the physics of their disabled disavowing that.
Oh.
You might do a Twitter space? What's the Twitter space gonna be about? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, you know, Twitter spaces all only pop if there is a topic at hand that you're ready to cover with it. Oh, Edwin. And like the preamble for that new video of his. I don't know a goddamn thing about Edwin because I always found him boring. Like I just
about Edwin? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was lucky enough to catch the teaser when I was live, right? And yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I knew this was gonna end up happening. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST, everyone in commentary will either watch the video, watch part of the video, record the video, but mostly everyone's gonna analyze the video. But the next 2 weeks, that video, the Edwin release.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be talking about it because Augie and Nick and Tom are all gonna talk about it too.
It's going to be like the Rosetta Stone. They're going to like pick it apart like a fucking. They're going to pick it apart, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to get my own little panel of scientists, and I'm going to do so too. But I've said this
Damn it.
that he should wait, but it's okay. It's going to be this Saturday is going to be really fun.
Yeah, I don't even know if I should just if I should even bother jumping into that, like, and going down the rabbit hole with Edwin.
No,
Because I haven't started.
It's not.
No, don't. I mean,
I just didn't find his content entertaining.
It's not
Like,
bad.
okay,
encountered
so
him.
real talk. Like his bits about Diantward. Like if you haven't seen those videos about Diantward, and they're like literally bullying someone. Oh, why did that dude? Okay, first of all, okay, I have.
I found
The
him to
guy
be,
was
like,
right
closer to
there,
the
and he
T
decided to
community than the commentary community, and I just didn't really vibe with that. That's not my vibe.
So like he wasn't even in the T or commentary community to begin with. He was just in his own like realm. Like he was doing like musicians and everything like that, and that's where I found him. So when I found out that there was a connection between him and Nicholas Diorio, I was like, oh, okay, so they both know each other. So he started to get into more commentary, and then like all this shit happened within like the last couple of years, especially with the Eugenie Cooney stuff. Which that's a whole omnibus in a nutshell, because you would have to do a whole 6-hour stream just to like give the whole history of the Eugenia Cooney dramas that happened in between of that, because that was just absolutely like one of the worst dramas in the history of dramas. Like, and
the T community is fucking awful. That's all I really know. A lot of them are fucking awful.
yeah, like
they latch on to people like super hard, and that's something the commentary community is starting to do with like Jalen and fucking Tipster.
Yeah,
and it's something that I'm not a fan of. Like, you can make fun of people and all that. You can fucking criticize people when they fuck up.
fucking
Just,
stop rolling
say
me.
your piece and move on. Like, latching on to people and making
The
more
fuck?
claims about them is just kind of
Wait,
fucking
what?
goofy.
The fuck?
That's how I've always felt. That's what the T community does with like Eugenia Cooney and Gabby Hanna and
There's a community much worse than that.
What?
Wherever I was to tell you, there was a community of detractors. They hated someone so much they dug into a person's medical records just to confirm this person has cancer. And they badgered.
I saw Zally make a tweet about this earlier, right?
Yes, so I will just say this as a blanket statement. I thought commentary was just the pits. Was the worst place in the world, right? The worst place in the social media dimension. No, there's far more worse places than commentary. Far more evil places.
I mean, commentary is like fucking. Commentary is like I'm trying to make a city crime analysis, like compare like analogy here.
If
The commentary is like New York City. Where it's like in that
Oh.
crime rate, but then fucking, and then like other communities are like fucking Baltimore and St. Louis and fucking Birmingham with the crime rates.
Literally compared my city to commentary, you son of a bitch. But that's okay, I forgive you.
But I mean,
this-
like crime rate speaking, you know, like speaking crime rates and all.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
no, this
There are a lot of fuck ups in this community, and you know.
no, but
Hi,
this-
I'm fuck up number 664.
But here's the difference, though. The commentary, the community itself are a bunch of degenerates, with pedo allegations, some false, some true, whatnot. But I have never seen anyone in the commentary community, as a group, badger someone into whether or not they are real about having cancer. Granted, we had 2 people lie about their mother dying / baby fiance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they were not real. This is a community that will fucking drag you into the depths and allegedly trying. That's evil. That's if Niley is fucking tweeting about this shit. And she personally messaged me, she personally replied to me saying this is fucking bad. Then you know it's fucking bad. And I bet you there's even worse communities than that. Even worse than the furries, zoophiles, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you, Lucky Stars. Commentary is not that fucking bad.
Yeah,
But
no.
oh, by the way, to answer your question about pineapple and pizza, if you ever had pineapple, ham, and ranch, it is the bee's knees.
Okay. I mean, the ranch is kind of drawing a slight line, but I understand why.
It's sweet and sour. Just saying.
I mean,
Oh,
if
and
you want
also-
sweet and sour, then just get sweet and fucking sour sauce.
Lord have mercy. By the way, Lamb, if you were to do a 24-hour stream, would you put an IV filled of your favorite energy drink into your veins?
No.
Okay,
No.
good man.
I've done a 31-hour stream before, and all I did for that was every 6 hours I would get up and, you know, do it, like walk outside and do a fucking couple of runs, like do a walk to my mailbox and back to get, like, you know, my legs moving so I don't fucking, you know, feel like shit. Just walk outside, walk to the mailbox and back while fucking getting a drink and just chilling. That's what you do for a 24+ hour stream. You know, you take your, you know, you make sure you get up and walk around, you manage your water intake, you plan your meals,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, if you do like a sleep segment, you do your sleep segment, but you have your content curated for that and prepared to play.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
But an IV of energy drink just sounds like a great way to fucking die. Especially if you're just running it straight into your bloodstream. Yeah, that will get you fucking killed really quick.
Adrenaline in my
Just
soul.
imagine
Something,
just
something,
fucking sugar
Cody
into your
Rhodes.
bloodstream.
I just inject myself with Red Bull.
Just imagine like fucking sugar in your bloodstream, like directly. You might as well just be giving yourself diabetes.
I mean,
You might as well just fucking like give yourself diabetes
No.
right then and there
How?
synthetically. It just sounds like a fucking terrible time. But an IV of an energy drink, that sounds awful.
oh, fuck, no. Wait, how? Hello? I got onto the fan. I was like, how? Fuck. Ooh, come on.
think this one's new to me, at least. I haven't seen this minigame yet.
Yeah, they started so instead of it being in the recent update, they added to where now it's a 40-60 rating, so where it's now 60% mostly levels created by people who actually spend too much time on this game personally.
So
and
community
then like
maps and then developer maps.
development maps, yeah. Like Stompograts, that's a classic.
Oh, I am the Hex Roller champion. That's all I've got to say.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah,
I've won 4 crowns doing Hex Roller at the end. And the one where you like it's just all the hexes on like the grid, and you got like 2 floors of hexes. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like I'm good at that one. I'm good at that shit too. I used to do that in Minecraft.
Shit, here we go. Ooh.
The same little game Badwick plays on Minecraft in his YouTube shorts.
Ooh.
Basically.
Ow. Ooh. Let me get out of the way. Let me get out of the way. Ooh. Oh man, I gotta really concentrate.
Gosh, 24-hour streams though. You mentioned that it brings back so like the nostalgia for the long streams I've done when I used to do streams on Twitch. Like last year in June, I did the 31-hour stream for charity because
oh my god! Oh my god!
Brothers spiked on him.
Oh man, I'm literally getting Eiffel Towered here by 2 giant pink rhinoceroses.
Yeah, I'm getting fucking spit roasted by rhinoceroses.
Someone's gonna have to clip out that one where they're all facing me and I'm just sitting there going like, yikes. Oh shit. Alright, survive. Yes. Ooh.
Yeah, but I think I managed to raise about $175 to help my homie like keep his apartment through the summer or for that month.
Yeah,
because they hit a rent spike on him like in like June of last year, and
the jump showdown
basically they basically raised his rent by like $200 that month. And was like, if you don't pay it this month, we're gonna fucking boot you out of here.
Yikes.
And he was like, he was like not working that week because they were like his work had like shut down for the week to do renovations, so he wasn't getting any hours at all for like 2 weeks out of the month. And I racked my fucking brain to figure out ways to get him that. And I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna do a fucking charity marathon stream on Twitch. Like for as long as I can go. Like without, passing out. And did a bunch of crazy ass reward tiers. One of them was eating a 1-chip challenge. Ooh. And I had shave my head and like my beard. I ended up doing all of that instead of like Badwick's fucking hot tub stream where he had the Hitler stash. They made me keep half of my the left half of my mustache only. When my head was fucking bald and I only had the left half of my mustache. And I ate the 1-chip challenge and basically just sat there and didn't take a drink for like the next 6 hours. That was a crazy stream. And I think I also ended up mixing every fucking condiment and sauce and spice in my kitchen into a bowl. And like soaking a fucking piece of pizza in it. Like just letting it fucking sit there in it. Like marinate, and I ate the fucking slice of pizza because that was one of the challenges.
No! Ah, damn it. Oh well.
That was the $100 like threshold reward.
Mm.
to do the fucking mix of spices. And the funny part was I had Carolina Reaper hot sauce.
Ooh.
So I had to get fucking burned again the next day after this was the next day when I hit the $100
Yeah.
and had to do that.
Oh man. No,
But we ended up getting to 175, and the $175 charity thing was I'd pledged $75 of my own money.
Yeah.
Like my friend and I would pledge $75 of our own money each to to the Jed Foundation, which is for like mental health and stuff.
Yeah.
And we did that through a charity that sponsored the esports org that I used to run. Like through a different thing that was for like streamers for mental health. It was like the outfit. That's what they called it.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord, that stream was just that stream was such an exhausting one. Because I played Apex Legends for most of it, and I fucking hate that game.
Yeah.
And I was so frustrated from being tired, I fucking smashed one of my controllers. While live. It wasn't even like I threw it or fucking hit it. I was gripping it so hard in frustration that I fucking smashed it.
Wow.
Like the grips fucking just shattered.
Oh, wait. Okay. So this is okay, hold on. Let me first of all, before I do that, let me go to studio mode because I don't want the topic for the next stream to be
leaked.
Yeah, leaked because I am going to be talking about well, might as well just fuck it, why not? So let me go ahead and go to commentary.
Nice. Yeah, Florida, people always think Florida is wild because of the Florida Man stories. But what people don't realize is that the reason that there are so many Florida Man stories in the news is because of Florida's law around the privacy of arrest reasons relating to the media. The media is legally allowed to post the reason that people get arrested because it's publicly available. Usually when arrest records are posted in places, you see the charge, right? But Florida's arrest records are more detailed, and it will tell you exactly what they did to get arrested. That's why you see a lot of Florida Man stories. It's fucking crazy. Just imagine if that were available for everywhere. You'd probably see Alabama man caught beating his brother's ass because his brother tried to fucking have sex with a hog or something like that. Yeah. At 3 PST, so yeah, 6, yeah, that'd be 5 Central, so that's gonna be fucking nuts. I'll be at home at that point. Did he even mention? Did he mention what the like the runtime on this is gonna be? Yeah.
I don't want our situation mentioned. I don't want it mentioned at all. I just want it brushed past over. Okay. And then if everyone in your comments is being a fucking bitch to me, then I'll say it's because you were being disrespectful as shit. Does everyone agree it's consensual? Yes. So why are we talking about it?
She's like, I don't want to tell you because like you're not gonna like be able to be quiet. It's gonna explode the commentary community. Like you're not gonna like want to hear this. We do want to hear it. So that she tells us.
I have been very gracious in the things I haven't said.
You guys are being accused of something pretty heavy, and it relates to sex acts between you both, and that's setting the tone.
You guys want a twit longer? No, I said y'all were creepy and made it uncomfortable.
Even
like,
though
you want me to out you? Want me to pull you out of the closet? You want me to drag you kicking and screaming? I fucking will. What are y'all so mad about me for? It's not like it was.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's one party consent, he'll be fine, but it's two party. If I'm not mistaken, I think that only applies to whether it's admissible in court, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it'll just have to be such a case. It'll be such a case that someone spends like hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees to like set that precedent, and that's highly unrealistic. And that's highly unrealistic, though, if you know what I mean. It's unless a corporation does it, like Activision suing Anthony Fantano, like at the moment, that'll be something fun. I want to see how that goes. I want to see how that goes. It'll be like Bungie fucking getting the W against that guy that was threatening the community managers for Destiny 2. Because that sets a precedent for like you know like targeted harassment towards public figures being like you know like financially like you know like in a civil suit that sets civil precedents for it, which is kind of nice.
It was unconsensual, it was just creepy and awkward and uncomfy.
I would have to go into directly what happened when you were there.
She had a good time. She liked that. She told me that, right?
Yes.
Okay, do you understand that she had a good time doing that, but she doesn't like the way it's being portrayed to the public after the fact?
And if he wants to restart a receipt or he'll lose, and it'll make him look real fucking bad.
And I could have gone, I didn't release, I probably talked about 80% of what happened. I could have gone into extreme detail. I could have talked about the rest of the stuff that happened in my house. Like, I could have, but I didn't. Like, and like,
My point is,
still talking about it, if you keep pushing me, like, I could put it out.
And the implication from me was that he was gonna ask me out, like, officially, like, on this trip. But it didn't go like that.
Like, I was almost passed out. I had to actually get up. And man, I swear up to you.
You think I'm gonna sit here and say I'm not a whore? Okay, that doesn't mean you're not low tier fucking men.
okay.
And
I'm gonna watch this video. I'm gonna watch this video and then see what the other coverage behind it is, like on the other side afterwards, because that's the only way to really get into these situations. I don't want to start like digging into it now, like before this video, and be half. Oh, I can hear the Discord stream. Oh, I can hear the Discord stream. Oh, oh wait, I actually can't hear the stream on my end either. I just noticed that. Yeah. There we go. It's fixed. I mean, it was like it was like everything for a second. Like for a second there until I said I couldn't hear the stream. Yeah, I'll probably listen along, but I don't like using my fucking phone for this shit, you know, to speak on it. Plus, I have nothing to say because I don't know anything about the situation. So, like, I was totally uninvested in like all of the Edwin stuff because I know it's related. I know it's tangentially related to the Salvo stuff, and I know it has a lot to do with. I know this bad situation has a lot to do with Salvo's like like silver dagger, you know, like the silver dagger that killed the fucking werewolf in Salvo's case. Like this is what ended Salvo's fucking relevancy in the community, or is this situation, I believe.
That's
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, after the fact, I heard that Salvo whipped his cock out on Badwick's stream, and I was just like, yeah, that's fucking weird, bro. And not only that, but in front of Kaylee too. I was like, bro, Badwick's wife is gonna fucking beat him for that. Yeah. Yeah, Kaylee is fierce. I've witnessed Kaylee in some fucking intense blood sports before, like not on stream because this happened after a stream, and I'm not gonna say who it's with either, but out of respect for Badwick, but yeah, Kaylee got into it with someone in a Discord, like a Discord VC, like on the stream. It was in the stream VC, but absolutely got into it with someone in like intense blood sports, and
okay. Was not.
It was like one of those political discussions, and Badwick and I were just both like,
Jesus,
I didn't know what to say. Because it was a topic I had no like room to speak on.
Yeah.
Just like this, but it was like a political topic instead.
Oh my god, I can't do the political topics anymore. I just sit there like I listen and I sit there and go like, listen, you gotta explain everything to me like I'm a 5-year-old. If you don't, I'm just gonna sit there with the middle fingers in the air and just sit there and go like, you're fucking stupid. But
let's get through the rest of this promo piece. We got a minute
Salvo,
left.
honestly, my problem really isn't with you. Even though I think you're just kind of like a low tier man, my problem's with Edwin, my man.
Then why did you fuck me if you liked Edwin?
Cause Salvo, like, no offense, but you were just kind of like an extra, like, guy thought he was famous and he got it, so he got it. Like, that's my bad and your bad. Like, I'm a full-grown woman. I can make my own decisions.
She's got great tits. I've seen them.
I didn't fuck Keemstar.
fucking Keemstar.
Keemstar.
Just like literally just okay. I have to give Edwin credit where credit's due. Like sometimes his humor is a little too dry for me, but but when he gets a good one, it's
guy thought he was famous and he got it, so he got it. Like, that's my bad and your bad. Like, I'm a full-grown woman. I can make my own decisions.
She's got great tits. I've seen them.
I didn't fuck Keemstar. That's the thing.
I just want to say, Edwin, like real quick. Never mind. That's too far.
Sorry, I'm on the phone with the YouTubers. Yeah. Guys, I gotta go.
Okay, that's bye bye. I mean,
I guess. I'm sorry. I had plans tonight. I waited as long as I could.
At this point, I'm not gonna be the bigger person anymore, Edwin.
Like, baby, we all forgot to drag Edwin down with Salvo. Like, it's not funny anymore. Like,
dismantling the lies. No more lies. Okay.
I don't want our situation mentioned.
Okay, whatever. Like honestly, I've been in a I've watched a live stream where Xylee literally obliterated the living daylights out of Edwin in terms of like his coping streams about like all the things that he said and done, and he just sat there just took it, which I mean, hey, I give you credit, Edwin. You took it like took it like a dude.
When Xylee
but
comes in hot, it's hard to do anything else than sit there and just listen.
yeah, but also like because he has said some things that when the Eugenie Cooney stuff was going on, there was a lot of like weird takes that he had that I remember. I just can't remember like how he worded it exactly, but it was just like there were bad takes that basically implied that he, like, for health reasons, she shouldn't have a platform because like it does.
That's what all the T channels say.
Yeah, I'm like, Edwin,
take.
are you a T channel or are you a commentary channel?
Yeah, that's
or
that's
are
why
you
I didn't like watching it.
Other? If you're other, then just say, look, this is my opinion in terms of this. If people don't like the way that my opinion is, then there's the dislike button. You can't see how many times that y'all make me upsetty spaghetti.
As like adjacent to the T channels more than like the commentary bros,
Mhm.
because he's got that like flamboyant personality, and
I mean,
you know, and some of his takes, it's like hard for me to like put him adjacent to the commentary bros, like, you know, Augie and Nick and Tom and Boblax and
he
Keemstar
fights
and
with
all
the
of them.
motion. That's the thing. He fights with the motion, and he knows that if he fights with the motion, he's gonna get a shoddy argument.
Very emotion driven.
He's gonna get a shoddy argument. That's the thing. Like no one doesn't want to talk about your feelings about a subject that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, like commentary, we fought with like, you know, we fought autistically with facts.
Yeah.
Like, T channel people, they fought autistically with emotion.
I remember one time I watched
It's like logic versus emotion. Like, you know, both sides are autistic, but one side fights with logic, one side fights with emotion. That's the fucking, you know, the duality of fucking commentary and T channels. Two sides of a different, like the same spectrum.
Yeah.
Of like commentary. Because when you think about commentary in like a more broad sense, you know, it's like a wide range of channels and people.
Yeah. But no, like I can't just like literally just sit there and tell people like, listen, you shouldn't listen to this T channel. Like everyone, like, and I always express this: if anyone has an opinion that is surrounded by fact but has a emotional level to it, then that's fair. Like for instance, like you're familiar with the whole recent thing with I'm trying to think of her name, Leia something, talking about the whole Ozzy Wordsmith and Liana stuff. And I want to make this abundantly clear, like for those who are really hating on Ozzy, like that wasn't her fault. Like that's not her fault that she decided to, basically, because she felt the wrath of the commentary community before, and she didn't want to feel it again. And I don't blame her for once for just sitting there going like, you know what,
abandon ship.
I'm good. I shut down the Discord. I don't care. I'm only like, and I've told her like, listen, Ozzy, you know, I've told her you're more than welcome to come back here to give your side of your perspective of things, you know, and everything. And she's considered it, but you know, I want to give her time just to kind of like get back into life a little bit, and everything. Like, I don't like, I understand the logic where Liana's coming from with all this, but the fact that she went on Peepaw's stream and went like, she sat there and go like, oh yeah, so I did file something the other day, and it said that it was false. All the accusations that I put out there was false, so I'm sorry, kind of question mark, which is kind of fake. I mean, like, look, I don't care what I don't care if you wanted to hold back. I get why you held back, because it was your friend, but the fact that you guys had another scuffle and then you decide, oh, I'm gonna finally put this card out right out there because I'm so angry, I'm so spiteful. This is what's the matter with Spurg drama. It's all fucking emotions, and it's not with good
I
reason.
don't know why, like, yeah, and I see this with women beefing with each other in the community. Why can't more beefs be like Leia something versus Jessica Pizzle, where they just kind of cross their arms and go, and turn their heads away from each other and just
I don't like you, whore. I don't like you, whore. Ooh.
Like, I don't like you. Okay. I don't like you either. Okay. And then they just go on. It's like, it's just fucking wild.
You
Like,
want to know?
it usually just devolves into some fucking like mental illness or something. It really does.
So you want to know something? So I was in a Discord that we're both in, and for context, I shared something in a chat that which was the actual, like, actually, wait, where is it? Is it in this one? Yeah, it's in this one. Okay. Where I shared the commentary list, like the woman tier list, because Toxic and I were talking, and they were like, oh, what, oh, you did this list? Oh, let me see it. And then we're like, okay, yeah, sure. And everyone was like, oh, okay, it's a little meh. I just said, look, it's not that deep. Like, I gave out my opinions, but this list is not deep. Like, it's not that deep. Y'all don't realize that. And so today at work, like, I get pinged, and she's like, what the fuck is this? And I said, it's my tier list for the other night I did on the other stream. It's like, I'm not talking to you. Blocked. Suck. I said, it's not that deep. She's canceled Seething Coping as a seriously, Liana. You're gonna get all
Liana.
It's like, seriously, Liana, you're gonna get all huffy over a tier list. Plus, is like the Swiss of what I actually feel about people anyway. She was, I'm not mad. I just posted, it's not that deep, and then she's like, yeah, it is. We're done. I said, bye, Felicia. I'm like, look, you're really gonna throw that hissy fit shit at me? Like, you're more than welcome. I know you're probably up right now. You're about to go to work here shortly, because I know it's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, wherever it is in Australia. And it's almost lunchtime, probably 11 o'clock. You could come in and fight your case here, but, like, honestly, I'm just gonna tell you there's a reason why you're in territory, and you're slowly dwindling down to the dungeon. Okay, real talk, because, like, you're getting so angry about this, and this is the other thing too. Ozzy Wordsmith was actually in the server. And if I actually let me double check just to be sure. Actually, she was in the server, but she left not too long ago. And I was like, okay, I think I probably know why, but I'm not gonna press the issue for the time being, because it's not worth it. I'm not upset at both of them at all, but the fact that you warrant this emotional stress, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh hey, what's this? Yeah, I'm ignoring you now. Like, yeah, come on, get real. Like, you're doing this for attention. Like, I like, that's some fucking bullshit that you're just doing.
Like, I've never directly interacted with Liana a lot of times, but I can definitely tell she loves the attention.
Yeah, like,
not that she seeks it necessarily, but she loves it when
Yeah.
she gets it. Like, she loves the attention when she gets it. And that's not a criticism or like a jab, but I mean, it's something, it's just an observation.
But like this is my whole thing about it. Okay, the way, like, I don't care how she feels, like she was in the right to do it. The fact that you chose that exact moment, like you had it in the back of your head for so long, like, because this was months ago when she was looking at Ozzy Wordsmith's like farm, because her mom and dad are breeders for dogs, right?
Yeah.
So she was worried because the dogs were getting into a bathtub area and they were shitting in it. Well, she was worried that some of them were malnourished and everything like that. Like, she doesn't know. It's foreign territory. And I'm like, okay, that's fair enough if you felt uncomfortable, but you could have asked. Like, you could have asked her, like, hey, is this normal? Like, you just basically just, like, kept it to yourself. And then when shit...
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Exactly?
What?
The fucking That Creepy Reading and Plague Moth bullshit. Like, this reminds
you
me exactly of that.
Really?
Where TCR went and paid for the Patreon and saw the content, didn't say anything at all to Plague Moth about his concerns of whether the fucking channels inside of the Patreon Discord were actually, photo ID verified further inside the Discord to access like the gore content.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything to Plague Moth about it, considering he'd probably get an answer, considering he's a fucking 400k plus YouTuber. And has a fucking, relative like amount of clout, he would probably get an answer out of him at least. And holds on to it for fucking for several months until he makes the report to Patreon and then goes on a fucking victory tour taking credit for getting Plague Moth's Patreon banned.
Yeah.
That's what that kind of reminds me of. I'm sorry to go off on that tangent.
Oh, no. I get
what you were describing sounds exactly the same way, just holding on to it for months.
Yeah,
and
like
then fucking doing something about it. Like, why not do it then?
Yeah, that's my thing.
To the person themselves, if you had such a problem with it, like
I wasn't so
try to go over their heads with it.
I might as well just go over it because
oh, and that drama has been continuing ever since Badwick's stream where we interviewed both of them as well, by the way. You remember we had Spendling on Badwick's show before you and Slug did your thing, and Spendling fucking posted on Twitter this morning where he got falsely DMCA'd by Plague Moth. And the strike fucking didn't stick, and he got his video reinstated. And then fucking Slime Beast, who was involved with the fucking TCR drama, is also getting fucking suspended on Twitter because of Plague Moth. Like, he's reporting the Slime Beast guy's Twitter. That was one of it was just one of TCR's supporters or whatever. So that happened as well.
Oh my fucking god. Skelly! I'm gonna fucking murder you in Minecraft. This is why you can't have nice things. Okay. Yeah, so I got the video up. Peepaw did this thing. Oh shit. Hold on. What the fuck? I don't know why the fuck I just left.
Oh, it pulled you out when you declined that call.
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, fuck. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's why I usually just let it cook.
Yeah.
And that's why I usually just let it cook and fucking ignore it.
Okay. Let me put a comment.
not ending anytime soon. I mean, TCR hasn't been like speaking about the shit that's like, like relevant, like about the situation,
Mm-hmm.
except for the copyright strikes that people were putting on his channel, which were also like taken away by YouTube.
I was debating about doing this as the main topic for Sunday stream, but I might as well just do it now because I just want to get my thoughts out just like right then and there, and might as well just get done. So you're more than welcome to stay if you want to, but I'm cooking now. I'm cooking.
Fuck it, we ball. That's all I gotta say. Fuck it, we ball. Let me go to the bathroom first before you start cooking.
Oh, I'm about to cook. So let me preface this by saying this, and I will say this to Liana point blank. Like, listen, I'm friends with both of you. I don't care that both of you are having tips. You decided to throw this all away, and then this conveniently comes out a couple weeks after this whole huge argument that you guys had. Like, I'm sorry, but like, quit being a baby. Pull your big girl pants up. Pull your big girl britches up. Like, because the way that I saw this stream, and Leia something also saw this the way I saw it. This was a cope stream. This was you coping.
All right, I have returned.
All right. This was you coping, Liana. I'm sorry, but yeah. So welcome to a half official episode of Hellfire Podcast now, because it's like we'll call it a half episode at this point, because it turned into a gaming stream into an actual podcast stream. Because like, yeah, I've been keeping my mouth shut for a little too long. See, similar to what you just did. So
whatever. I just know that in my life I was given many chances by different people, right? And I think it's important to do that. There are some accusations that are presented in this podcast, on this stream, and I think I'll just take care. I will address each one as it goes. I sped it up a little bit, just so we have enough time to get through it all. But
I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and I used to think that this person was my friend. But from the very beginning of our friendship, it always seemed like she was social climbing. I remember when she joined.
All right. So again, she's talking about Aussie Wordsmith in here. I'm in waiting. Okay, Liana. Good morning, Liana. How you doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. So I listened to the podcast, and we're going to listen to some more.
Yeah.
I'm getting some echo there. Can you mute the stream or?
Oh, sorry.
See, even look, I mute the stream like when I earn the call. That's the first thing. That's like when like I remember back in the day when people used to call into the Shock Jock radio streams, that they would hear the radio, and they were like, "Hey man, can you turn the radio down for a minute?" It's just like, okay, like I can still hear myself. So
that's okay.
I want to come out with this right now before you even get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I can go on the record now and say that what I thought was happening was completely wrong.
Okay.
I filed a report. I was spoken to by an authority who said it's all good, and I'm really happy to do that. And I do regret what I said.
Okay. So you're talking in regards to the what you suspected was animal abuse, right?
Yeah. So I spoke to a police officer, who said basically it's all good, everything's good. And I want to apologize to Ozzy about that. I think I was wrong for venting publicly about something that I, like, in my heart, I felt it was wrong. Nothing was ever malicious towards Ozzy, and I know people aren't going to believe that. I know people won't believe that. But
so for context of this, she visited Ozzy, I think it was like last I should remember this because I was in a VC with them like a day or so after they had the weekend. It was like middle of March or April per se of last year. Or well, she said it was like 9 months ago, so it would be like, let's see here, it's August, so about October. So it was about October. And those two went out in the weekend, and she stayed actually at Ozzy's house. And in this still recording episode, which as far as I know, Toxic Piplup hasn't took it down, but I do have a copy just in case. Like, if like, you know, it's like it was if he takes it down, because like Ozzy feels like it should be taken down, which she can. This is the one time that I'm gonna put my foot down with this and say, like, you know, listen, it's already been talked about in multiple streams.
Actually, I believe it has been taken down.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's not on Toxic Piplup's channel anymore.
So he either privated it or
yeah, it's probably private or unlisted.
Piplup.
Yeah, because the last video is
Fousey Tube has it. Okay.
Yeah. So I believe it's been taken down.
Yeah, so it is confirmed that it is taken down. I, for the sake of it, because it is they do play it a lot in this video, and the conversation that those two have, we'll just go ahead and use the Peepaw Riveter stream for this. But I do have it in a link. I did download it just to be sure, because I feel like if like this is my whole thought process of it. For sanctity reasons, you could go ahead and private it, which I told Toxic, honestly, just private it and like just put an edited episode up just without the Liana Ozzy Wordsmith segment on it, because it actually would benefit you a little bit more, because it makes it feel like you're not doing like you're not in the middle of this, so to speak, anymore. And it's been dealt with afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
also, the Nice Lone Wolf part of that should still be up if you know.
Yeah.
For what it's worth.
Yeah, I told him just to edit that part out, but I guess from my understanding, because
Skelly's gonna be disappointed because he was looking forward to covering Nice Lone Wolf.
Oh, I know he was.
This testimony of Liana's about Nice Lone Wolf will probably be something he'd like to have.
Like, and I just want to stay on the record. I don't want to mess with Nice Lone Wolf, so we're definitely not going to be talking about it here on this channel, because
yeah,
I'm look, there's two things I'm afraid of in life: death, and women who have really funky hair and a very funky color that will threaten me with every inch of their being, even though they're short. So we're talking a category 3 Karen. Okay,
my ex-fiance was like that, so
I mean, hey, you know, as long as it's an ex, not actually like your current missus, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
But yeah, I was wrong, and I'm sorry, Ozzy. Like, I am sorry, but everything else I stated is how I felt.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
In every situation that we find ourselves in, right? Sometimes we handle things right, sometimes we handle things poorly. My question to you at this point, Liana, is did you learn anything from this situation?
Oh yeah, I absolutely handled it poorly. The fact that I thought I could just go on stream.
I feel like, okay, I feel like just listen to people just ask that question. It feels like you're back in the principal's office. Like shit. It's like,
yeah.
Like I love people. I really do. Like he's old school to the bone. I do appreciate it. Probably one of the only people that I will actually ask IT for IT advice and also for coffee advice, because I do need alternatives and everything. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, I love Peepaw's content. He's got a great vibe.
Stream and let it all out. It's not a good look optically.
Yep.
Making an accusation like that, especially when I still didn't even know, like in my heart it felt wrong, and I want to state that again. I never wanted it to be malicious. To hear back from the police, to hear back from the police that everything's good, I'm really happy to hear that. Like I'm glad, I'm relieved. But what I will say is that I was 100% wrong for what I said about her, like regarding her personal stuff. Like I'll own that to the end. Like I will own that. I will own that. Like I was wrong. That was not right of me, especially because even if we're not friends now, I should have still reached out and said, look, this is how I feel. I'm sick of reaching out to her. That's personally how I feel, but it was wrong of me.
Then why? Okay, hold on. My brain hurts from that. Okay, if you were sick and tired of reaching out to her about this, then you could have just dropped it. Like I could still see the reason why you have a morality reason for like turning her into to whatever the EFA office or whatever it is that they do, because what Ozzy's family does is breed dogs. So like I could see where she doesn't, like she said, she doesn't understand. She'll say it a little bit later in the stream, but she doesn't understand the like the culture of their family, because they're a big Christian family. Which, by the way, I want to point that out. It's just what families do, not like just like, it's not just like the whole tradition of the Christian church family, you know. It's not like what does praying to God have to do with family, like, and what they do for a living and what's their cost of living? Because honestly, like I was watching Leia's stream and she was talking about how much money goes into breeding dogs and everything like that. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, like a lot of people, you know, they pay a good dime for some of these breeds of dogs.
Like, did you? Okay, so this is one I didn't know about. So, did you know that they the current, like, the most expensive breed right now for a breeder to sell right now is actually it's a tie between English Mastiffs at like $850K a pop and British Bulldogs, like full blood British Bulldogs, at like almost 900,000. Like that's significant. Like it's a lot of money. Like, so if you could put that into perspective of Australian money, that's a lot of money, like, to them, because they don't get really as taxed as much as we do here in the States, that which is a crime.
Yeah, and I know the exchange rate for, you know, Australian dollars to US dollars isn't like 1-to-1 either, and
yeah, it's like it used to be 2-1, then it was 1-1, now it's 1-2. So it's like the Australian dollar got worse with COVID, and then it's slowly coming back to 1.5, which is kind of our fault, because we're kind of dwindling our money down in terms of quality and everything. But that's a whole nother live stream we could talk about on that.
Oh, it's 150 right now. So
yeah,
if it's like 800, if it's like 900K in US dollars, that is
that's a lot of money.
It's $1.25 million.
Now I don't know. I'd never asked her about like
or
what
not
kind of
$1.35 million. My bad. I was off by 100,000, but
yeah,
$1.35 million Australian.
Now I don't know what dogs she breeds, which is but like I know she says it's like one of the like top 10 significant like dog breeds that everyone wants. So I'm thinking like it's definitely not Dobermans, because she said her family is allergic to Dobermans for some reason, which is kind of weird. I mean
German Shepherd, or
it could be it couldn't be a German Shepherd. So the next thing I would say is either it would be Golden Labs, what is it, I think it, I had to Google it later, but
I know some folks that breed German Shepherds. It's very lucrative.
It's a very lucrative deal, yeah. I've been told,
and a lot of regulation and a lot of red tape goes into that industry. So yeah, there's a lot of money and a lot of care that they have to, put out in order to do things the right way. And I'm sure in Australia there are regulations just as much as there are in the States.
Like they're actually like
maybe even more, even more strict.
Leia actually looked it up too, because she said they're just, if not more stricter than Americans, and the only ones that are more strict than America is the Finnish. So there's a Finnish purebred association, and they're so tight, like one mistake you lose your money. Like they take away the dog, everything, they shut you down, like boom, like that. Not even a breath, just nope, done. Like that's how fucked it is. At least in my eyes, like that's how strict it is in other countries. But like in terms of countries that are strict but kind of relaxed, like we're one of the few. Like I don't know how Australia is, so I could be wrong on that. But
to be public about something in her personal life, and I'm really happy to hear that the dogs are okay, her family's okay. Yeah. So I Aussie, Georgie, I'm sorry that I said that, and I hope that you're good. That's yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was gonna take you to task pretty heavily about the personal stuff.
Yeah, and you have every right to.
But
yeah,
you know what, you stood up and said, hey, I made a mistake here. And I think the thing to learn from this is when in the heat of the moment, when you get mad, right, and you're having the different emotions and stuff that are flowing through you, a lot of times it's best to, as they say, count 10, right? Sometimes that might be 10, or it might be 10,000 or 10 million, whatever. It may take some time to cool off, but what I will always advise anybody is never ever respond in anger.
Yeah, and
but she did. That's the thing. Like,
yeah, that's
like
very sage advice from people.
Yeah, that's that. Like, there's an Oasis song. Don't turn your don't turn your way in anger. Okay, it's like
that's a proverb of a married man.
Yeah,
I've ever heard
that's a proverb of a man who has been raised up in a family of a church, of like a Baptist family, because when they read the Bible, and I can't remember the name of the book and the chapter and all that, but but basically saying God is slow to anger, but fierce, like something like that. Like that. Yeah. That's what we're supposed to be raised to do. Basically, be slow to anger. But man, these last couple of years, whew, I don't know how many heel turns I have left in me, man. I don't know. Like I'm one big show KO punch away from being the bad guy and just staying there, because I'm like, I'm done trying to be the good guy.
Yeah, it's not about being the good guy. It's about doing the right thing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like that's something my high school principal used to say, doing the right thing isn't easy, but when you do the right thing, it feels so much better. And like in the long run.
But like
it doesn't weigh down on your soul. Like doing things out of anger is definitely not the right thing, and it will make you feel terrible in the long term.
So like this is my thing, like I like and this is one of the reasons why I held back a little bit, because I was like, I'm not so sure if I want to really go like full throttle about this, because like I'm one of those people that like I watch and observe, and then if I see something like very minuscule, like that a lot of people don't notice, I really like to call it out, which is the fact that when she immediately got on here onto people's stream, she immediately just submitted that like, hey, I made the report and everything like that, and it's wrong, and I'm grateful that it's wrong. I feel like that was like the most copious thing that she's done. Like she's admitted, like, hey, look, like I've done this really shitty thing to my former best friend because she made me mad, but I'm grateful that it's false. Like I feel like that's what's going on. Like I feel like that she doesn't feel I honestly don't think she's resentful about it. Like I think she's sorry that she got caught. Like that.
Yeah, that's just how these things shake out, though. Like like people aren't really like remorseful for anything that they get fucking called out for. They're just fucking like shame. Like just ashamed that they got caught. You can tell the difference between actual remorse and shame from getting caught.
Yeah, because like if it's like what and I continue to reference Leia's on the stream because it's actually like,
yeah, Leia was one of the people that covered this the most, like, in depth.
Yeah, like Leia actually really just like and look, sometimes I wonder if Leia has killed someone in the past, because my goodness, like she went into this like with a vendetta, and I get it, because granted she is a dog breeder, so like she used to breed dogs, or currently is breeding dogs. I can't imagine why you would do this to someone that that is their family's financial gain, that's their livelihood, and you want to call them because you feel like it's too unsanitary, it's the dogs are being malnourished, when you could have just said something right then and there. Like you could have just sit there and go like, hey Ozzy, look, listen, are these dogs really like ask for reinsurement, because you don't know this land, and you shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to sit there and go like, well, I feel like they're malnourished and all that, I'm gonna call. Like, no, ask questions. Like because she said that was the first time. This
holds so many similarities to the fucking that creepy reading and plague moth stuff, up to the point where the mudslinging started on that whole thing. Like this holds so many like similarities in a way to that, like from the point where they see the objectionable, like the morally questionable and objectively bad things, and they don't say anything to the person in question about it, and then go over their head without like any questions asked, or any any answer, like any questions to be answered by the person that they're having this grievance with. And I feel it's bad faith. Like I said, like I tried to use this analogy when I interviewed TCR and tried to ask, like, you know, like as a customer for a business, would you not like contact the manager of that like store or that establishment before you go over their head and report that to corporate?
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you are a customer that cares about this business whatsoever, or you care about the, you know, the business, like, you know, the industry in which you're like consuming, would you not like, you know, take it up with the local management before you go over their head and cause a stink that could like, you know, put people out of a job, make them lose their livelihoods, and potentially put their families' well-being into danger?
Yeah.
Over something that's like you know, relatively like irrelevant and minuscule, like personal beef, or you know, like the feelings, you know, like you know, like the whole TCR thing came down to feelings and moral, you know, morality.
By the
Just as,
way,
like,
to before you finish that statement, because this is kind of breaking news, because we all love this person here at the Alpha Air Podcast Discord. Shadow Humor just announced via Badwick's Discord server, I deactivated Twitter, so DM me if you need me here. Twitter seems to be turning into Facebook-esque gayness. Well, Restoroni Pepperoni, your Twitter will not be missed, but your baseness will always be remembered.
Dang, that is unfortunate.
Tragic, as they say.
Like in my heart, like from when I visited Georgie in person, like I felt how I felt from then. It was never like, oh, I'm mad at you, I'm going to call you out, right?
Yeah.
It was just kind of I let it fester and I let it fester, and I think I handled it wrong, like completely. Like it's not fair on her and it's not fair on me. It's just a sad situation.
Well, I mean, here's what I will say: if you felt like the dogs were in any type of distress or whatever, 100%, I have zero problems with contacting the proper authorities to let them just go in and do a welfare check or whatever, check make sure things on the up and up.
Well,
I don't have a problem with that.
But it's escalated now because she's turned around and said, oh well, she's filing a false report, and maybe that's how she felt.
Well, okay, so
yeah, it's either here or there. Like as far as I'm concerned, I know that I was genuinely concerned, but I can understand her perspective as well. Like absolutely, like you think I'm pissed off at you and I'm doing it maliciously. So like I totally get where she's coming from. It's all good now. But
I mean, you understand why she would think that, right?
Yeah, that's exactly, like I get it.
Yeah,
it's a really optically it's a bad look.
Yeah,
no matter what way you look at it. Like if I could take back anything, I wish I had said something 9 months ago.
Yeah,
when I was still friends with her, you know, like.
So 9 months ago, so it was it would have been around.
Around October, like
October,
stated, previously,
yeah. So it'd been like October, November-ish era.
Yep.
Like I don't understand this. Like, I don't understand. See, so this is where I'm confused, because I didn't ask like Ozzy exactly why she took down her Discord and deactivated her Twitter. Well, it's active, but it's like for friends only. I never asked her about that yet. I'm giving her some time for it, but that's something that I actually wondered. Was there some things that was, because from my understanding of things, and this is only from like what I recall in Aussie server, like I know those two had a tiff, but they made up, but I don't know if they actually like fully made up. Like I can't remember when it was, but it was like right after I just joined the Discord. So I mean, how would I know now? Because like honestly, now that the Discord's gone, it's kind of like, what's the point of asking? But it's like, I don't get this whole thing. Like it feels like all this like like all this build up and everything like that. Like the first thing I would have done if I was in the exact same situation, like if I was literally in the exact same situation as, and Peepal's right to a degree, like, you know, you should call the proper authorities just to be 1000% sure. But at the same time, I would be sitting there go like, hey, look, I know I don't know anything about this and all, but isn't that like sanitary? Is everything okay? Like I just need some reassurance here, because like we don't know. Like I wouldn't know. Like I wouldn't know the difference between like a regular like house with like dogs just hanging out, or rather than a like, I don't know, a breeder's house with like all the dogs like in a like in a building, a separate building, and they have AC and everything, a kennel, like, you know, all those stuff. It's, wow, it's like all this stuff just drives me nuts. Like and like what I said this to myself the other day, like regardless how you look at it, no one's winning out of this. Like this is one of those types of dramas where like no one wins, like really, because Liana gets the L, but she's still here, and Ozzy is gonna be dealing with a lot of the legal aspect of this for months to come with her family and all that. And it bothers me that Liana held this for so long that now this could actually implicate a lot of her family's business, and that could bring legal issues to it, which is why I'm like, and I've talked to a couple of people that who live in the area. They've confirmed to me that the case has been dismissed and everything. The house is fine, the dogs are fine, everything. It upsets me because, like, you know, it upsets me more because I've known those two to be like the best of friends. They're like the Laverne and Shirley. This is how I'm dating myself right now. The Laverne and Shirley of like Discord, because
yeah,
if one wasn't one came into the Discord, the other came in like not even a couple minutes later. Like they did everything together. They went on a trip together. That's
I've seen them in a lot of like the same place. I've seen them in the same place quite a few times before, and I've only been around like the community itself for about a year, and usually keep to myself. But you know, I notice things, and that's something I did notice.
And like this is the funny part, right? So all the people were sitting there and going like, you know what, Ozzy actually did the right thing. She did the right thing. She's apologizing. This isn't a Liana W. I'm like, it's not. There's no W's in this.
I mean, there's not W's to be had. It's just like a less significant L.
Yeah, it's just a giant L. And here's the thing. No one didn't give a single fuck about what Ozzy was feeling in all this. Like, that's my issue. That's another big issue, because like, I get the whole
that heater came out, the still recording. I heard it was fucking vicious. Like, I never got to watch it fully, but I heard it was vicious. And I can imagine the way that people in the community act and knowing that, you know, a lot of the creators or the people like closer to the creators in the community are generally able to think for themselves to an extent. But when it comes to like the viewers, you know, like the normal viewers that don't like, you know, that don't like get into these like like the Discord calls or the Twitter spaces, or they don't scrap with the fucking, you know, with the rest of them, they tend to like be sheep, basically.
Yeah,
like it's like they don't think too much
the one
for themselves.
sheep goes
and,
bah, the others go bah. You know, just like,
and if they see a hit piece against someone, they will just like make up their mind right then and there without looking further. And then, you know,
now
they're gonna come out of that being like, oh, Aussie's like an animal abuser, fuck them, and then, you know, go and like be mean to her, even though that's not the intent that either Liana or Toxic Piplup had when they, you know, made the episode.
Of course, no,
it just happens. Like, this is why anyone in the commentary community needs to be having these little disclaimers in their content. Because people, it's like, you can't stop that one unhinged motherfucker from doing things, and that's something Willie Mack show, and, you know, that whole discourse of like, you know, controlling your audience, and, you know, how much are you
can't control your audience, but
you can't control everyone, but you need to, like, you know, be proactive and
remind
tell
them,
people
like,
that
hey,
you don't condone it. Like
you
that
don't condone this stuff.
And that you don't encourage it. Like, you encourage people not to do it. That's, you know, like, at least that YouTube knows that.
And that's my problem with this. Like, and it's like it feels like everyone's still holding a grudge against Aussie because of how the women recording like basically imploded, because like she was trying to be like the workhorse. Like, she wasn't one to everyone to do like a thing to separate things. She was one to do like everything, so that way they could just relax and they could do all that, which is both a good and a bad thing. Like, it's a good thing because it keeps her busy, it keeps her, like, you know, wanting to actually do stuff. But it's a bad thing also because it also shortens your relationship with those that you're trying to have a established building work
you
relationship
get burnt
with.
out. Yeah, you get burnt out. Like, when you do all the work on a show, you get really burnt out. This is something I went through with my own podcast. Like, you know, you do all the work for over like 2 years, you get kind of burnt out after a while. And it's nice to have like co-hosts now, at least in my experience, that contribute and, you know, like, add their own flavor to the show and don't rely completely on me to carry conversation. I can just sit back and let them cook in the midst of the show, and, like, you know, just lean back and get a drink of water and do what I need to do and let them talk. And that's always nice. Like,
that's
and
always
have
the most
feedback
nice.
behind the scenes, you know, it's nice to have that. But,
like, when I first did this podcast, like, I used to do this thing where, like, I would ask like my old co-host, like, you know, like, hey, what did you think about this? What do I need to change up? And and this was the problem with a lot of the co-host things, and like, and this is not a criticism against the women recording people, and also Aussie in a way, but when you cohabit a project with someone, you always have to find something to criticize on. You can't have yes men in this. You can't. Like, and this is the reason why I firmly believe that, like, I firmly believe that, like, many of the smaller podcasts that used to be around, like, especially the ones that I've been a part of, like fucking with the Sin Bin, that was a whole fucking nightmare because like no one didn't criticize each other. Like, you know, sit there, go like, hey, I liked how you did this in this segment, but you need to work on this a little bit better. You know, like, hey, I like this topic, but can we just kind of get away from that topic for a little bit? Like, we don't want to be just like centric on this. Like, we need topics, and that was my role. I was supposed to, like, basically I lined up the ideas and they basically filled in the slots. That was it.
Yeah.
And beyond that, we had conversations and while we do the podcast, and that's how it works. Like, that's how it's supposed to work. It's a machine, and you have to have the multiple parts. Now, unfortunately, in that regard, she worked herself to an absolute shoot stress. Like,
yeah, like I can imagine she got burnt out, like putting so much work in, you know, and especially if you're just like only, you know, if the rest of the team isn't really giving any like feedback as to like concerns that you may have, or like give you feedback that you're not like aware of. And this is something that, you know, like a few fans of my show even tell me, you know, they give me feedback on the episodes when when they come out and they hear them. Like, I get feedback from certain fans of the show. It's nice to have that, because like if you're just like in a bubble, like working on your show, you kind of go crazy thinking, what should I do to evolve my show to the next level? And you know, how can we, you know, do this like better? And you drive yourself crazy thinking of what you can do to make your show better. And it's hard when the rest of the team isn't on that level. And I can't really say that that's the case for women recording. But I can imagine Aussie was in a fucking great deal of stress over that, if she's putting in a lot of work,
you know,
as you're implying here, at least.
So I just had this thought. So the way that I heard this stream, and the way that she was kind of explaining like their friendship the last couple months leading up to this whole thing, it seemed like they were on rocky, like on the rocks, literally. Like back when all the woman recording shit was going on. Like, I don't know if there was like one of those like mountains out of molehills type of situations where it's like, you know, she gave her a fair criticism, like sit there, go like, hey, you didn't have to bear all that weight, but at the same time I understand. And then Aussie misinterpreted it, and she basically was like, well, I don't care about that. No, it's my fault, and like all that stuff. So I feel bad for Aussie, because like everyone basically, like, this, she was probably the first and only person that I've ever seen get pre-blackballed. Like, that's saying something.
Yeah, I remember when I was active in the community last year, before I went on my little hiatus that lasted about 5 months here, that I would see Aussie around like everywhere. And when I came back to the community, I only saw her in a few select spaces, like Peepaw's stream, or in like a couple of people's comments on Twitter, and you know, not like in the broader community. And like I did last year, and I was always kind of like, what kind of happened there? Because you know, I'm not somebody that gets around it like too much. Like, I see things, but I don't like get involved. So it's always interesting to learn little bits of lore. But I feel like we should play more of this Peepaw stream before we just derail too much.
But yeah,
you know, here's the thing, right? Because I give everybody passes, right? You learned, right? And the thing about it is time will be the teller if you've learned, and you know, if you don't make, you know, and these types of just knee jerk reactions and things in the future. If you take your time and just kind of, because there's times where things will happen, right? Where I will get, I'll see something that really just strikes a chord with me, and I'll get riled up or whatever. And I've got different people that I will talk with and say, whatever. And they've talked me down many times from just, putting my foot in my mouth and just kind of waiting and letting see things how they play out. And so that you respond in a calm manner, and you're not, you're just not foaming and frothing at the mouth and just going ham.
So, also what I do think as well is the environment. So I'm not used to being in an environment where it's a big Catholic family, etc., etc.
Sure.
Like, obviously, like from
that was my whole thing about, like, that was another thing that I had to talk about for a minute here. Okay, you don't know, what does the religion have to do with, like, the family? Like, I feel like that's nitpicking a little bit. I feel like that's a little bit of a cope nitpick, where it's like, okay, I've never been around a big Catholic family before. I'm like, well, you've been around a big family, right? You don't know if they're Catholic.
Yeah, like religion shouldn't define like the like the character of the character of a family.
Yeah.
Like I've seen families that are like I've seen Jewish families that are like really, that are like really grounded in like strong family values and like are great people. I've seen Muslim families that are grounded in family values and great people. I've seen like families of atheist people that are grounded and have strong family values and do the right things. It's just, I don't know. That's a bit of a reach, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To say that, like, you have to have religion to be, like a strong and, like, and wholesome family.
Yeah. Like I would get it, because, like, Ozzy has this thing where, like, she talks about her family a lot, like in private VCs, which is fine. Like, I have no problem with that, because, like, I like talking about my family with other people. Like, I'd share stories about, like, my family, especially like my grandfather. My grandfather used to race in dirt cars, so, like, I would used to talk about, like, stories about how I'm just kind of giving a quick example. One time he basically got arrested at a track because the guy got mad because he was running a smaller engine and lapping everyone on the track when they were only supposed to be allowed to use a specific horsepower engine, but because it was a smaller engine on a big car, it was flying. I guess weight differential dynamics come into play with that, but like I tell stories about like that, and the fact that, like, like Liana, and I don't, like, here's the thing, I don't know what Liana's family looks like. It's probably a decent sized family, or probably a small family. Like, I could totally judge that if I wanted to, but I'm not. But it just sounds like to me that she's been surrounded by a lot of smaller families, like, or in her neighborhood, or what, growing up and everything, which is fine. But, like, what does Catholicism, what does Christianity, what does Buddhist, what does any of these have to do with the fact that the family's big?
It seems kind of it seems like a nitpick, though.
It's a stretch. Like, it's a stretch. Like, really.
From my perspective, I didn't think things were right, and I will admit again, I was wrong. Like, from the animal welfare, I've said that everything checks out, so I can openly admit that, like, they've looked at the property and they've seen that everything's cool. So yeah, I'm definitely apologetic about that. It's just it's just a really sad situation that I hate that it escalated to this, and it's my fault, so I will own it.
Okay, well, and I think that's all anyone can ask you to do. And at the end of the day, honestly, I'm saddened that two people who were friendly with each other to the point where you guys actually hung
By
out.
the way, can I just say what the abuse was, just to be clear to people who are asking? I thought the conditions that the dogs were living in were unsanitary, and I thought that they weren't being cared for properly. Abuse is a very wide range word, isn't it?
Well, like for you, what they were being subjected to was inhumane, right? But I'm sure there are certain, regulations and guides, even in Australia, that if you're going to be a breeder, that you have to adhere to whatever. And one can hope that that's what they were doing. And evidently,
and they are.
Yeah.
They're
So,
absolutely in the right. Liana L on my part.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's,
I feel like she's just using this as a way to just okay. Hold on. That got on my nerve. I don't know why, but that just really got on my nerve. I don't know why, but the way that that tone she just used, like, oh, it's just Liliana L. God. That's
yeah, that did feel kind of strange now that I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like she's trying to rush through that,
She's trying to rush through it, and not only that, like try to sit there and go like
rushing through the fact that she fumbled that, and which is like the crux of all of this. Like, that's the main crux of it, which was the report to I think animal services, or I don't know what they call it.
I think it's but it's like animal service, yeah.
But I know, they call it the Humane Society here, at least where I live. They call it the Humane Society, and that's what and that's what's the whole crux of this drama was the fact that she made that report and was evidently wrong about it.
Oh yeah, she was definitely wrong in that.
But yeah, like the dismissive tone, though, it really kind of
it's like she feels like, and this is my only small criticism of Peepaw. It's just the fact that
he's gonna let it slide.
He's letting it slide. And because when she first came into the call, it sounds like she was sweating bullets, like literally like 50 cal bullets. Like she was sweating a Full Metal Jacket. Like any more sweating, I swear she would actually be sweating like a fucking a Panzer.
If she sweated any harder, the beaches of Normandy would be right back where they were in fucking 1945. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like mortar shell. It's like fuck.
It would have been D-Day all over again.
Mm-hmm. Like I can't let that pass me for a minute. Like I can't, because that's too much. Like that's too much. It's a condescending tone. It's such a condescending tone. Like, and like maybe behind the scenes, like, and I haven't actually had a real one-on-one call with Liana about this, because like I've actually, like, I've been in a call with a couple other people that she was with, and she said that she stated how she was feeling, that she was feeling sad that this was happening and everything. Like, okay, the more I listen to this, the more I think that VC call was bullshit. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm starting to smell bullshit, and like, I don't know. Maybe Liana did want that podcast to be taken down. Maybe both of them wanted, Ozzy and Liana wanted to take that podcast down. It doesn't. Fuck. Okay. This doesn't sit right with me. This doesn't.
That's definitely something that kind of it's one of those things that makes you fucking do a double take, like, when you hear the tone, at least it just kind of gives you that like double take energy.
Yeah. Like,
and I don't want to go as far as to say it would be similar to something that I would expect Pokimane to say if she were to be like wrong about something. That's the tone, you know, that's the kind of tone that Pokimane would use. The dismissive and like, you know, dismissive and like sort of condescending, but not like, you know, Liana didn't do it as great of a level as Pokimane would.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the dismissiveness and like the hint of condescending tone. Like, yeah, that's something you'd expect from like Pokimane.
That I don't
Except
know.
Pokimane would be a lot more fucking snobby and out of touch with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. Like Pokimane's a bit of a snob on top of that.
I didn't tell as someone that I could report PewDiePie for that.
Oh no, that was Alinity that reported PewDiePie.
Oh.
Pokimane was the one that struck Boblex.
Oh. I didn't like his autism. Like, I guess. I don't know.
I was like, it's just like, I don't like those videos being made about me.
You know what? That's the audio version of like pressing your chest against someone just to like, you know, sit there and go like, hey, I want you to can you do me a favor and can you remove that video for me, please? I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I could hear the autism screaming out of me and just sit there and go like, I am a doctor.
I'm surgeon.
I am a surgeon.
Love that
except for if it's Boblex, he's gonna sit there and go like, I am a commentator. I am a commentator. I fuck bitches.
No, Boblex's version is let me speak.
Let me speak. Yes. I guess
that was Boblex's surgeon moment.
That was his surgeon moment. I didn't even think about that. He was the surgeon before there was a surgeon.
Yeah, let's continue with this though.
You owned up to it. You've owned it. So I mean, I don't really know. There's really not a whole lot more. Really, I don't think that, you know. At least I'm not going to. I'm not going to sit here and throw rocks at you.
You can skip to the Nice Loan with part if you want. That was funny. I'm thinking about asking Toxic to just cut the whole Aussie one. Because it's like I'm in two different worlds. The world I started off in this podcast is fuck Aussie wordsmithy, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then it's like I have this crazy other bitch attacking me. And I'm just like, I'm kind of like, I'm a bit of a wreck right now. So I'm like, well, fuck this bitch, but I should have been focused on the purple haired bitch.
Well,
like it's just yeah, bad move.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I know, you know, from talking with Aussie in the past, she's a handful. I mean, she's very young and very opinionated. She's very strong in her beliefs, which you know a lot of young people are.
I remember when I was 20, I thought I knew everything.
Oh yeah,
I thought I ruled the world.
As did I. As did I. And one of the things that if you live long enough, you come to a realization that you never are as smart as you think that you are. I wanted to. I didn't know you like. Okay, I haven't been in a drama in a year, Riveter. So like, it's my time. It's like I was talking to someone about it today at work. I'm like, it's like winter blues. I just went off. Every once in a while, you know, it's okay to kind of pop off. I think you would kind of clear the air, or whatever.
It's okay to pop off, but when you're making accusations, that you don't even know what's false, that's not right.
Yeah. One of the things I'll say is you know, when you have a friendship, be it online or whatever, and it starts going sour or whatever, my advice to anybody is just don't get on stream and just start shitting all over this person, because at one point in time you cared about them. You know, so
the worst part is it wasn't a stream; it was pre-recorded.
Well, yeah, I know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. And you know,
honestly,
you know,
I'm really
that's the one thing I actually do agree with people on that. Like if you actually have like legitimate beef with them, like that should be a private conversation like that. Like I don't, especially when you know where she exactly lives, like where she lives, that farm where she lives at. That shouldn't, like, you should have handled your business on private. The fact that you brought it up on still recording,
I feel like that should have been addressed privately first before being taken to the public. Like, you know, you address that problem in private, and it's like if you know, if nothing changes, then you fucking take it to the next step, and you know, you air it out in public.
Like an Aussie, I know Aussie for a while now. Like she's kind of like me in a way. Like if I always believe, like, if you have a problem with me, like, you take it up with me in DMs. Like I always tell people, like, listen, if you feel that I am doing something wrong, let me know. Like, DM me private. Let's have a call. Let's talk about it. If you have a problem with me, let's have a call. Now, unfortunately, certain somebodies don't like doing that, and they want to make content about it, and that's fine. It's whatever. But when it comes to this type of stuff, where you're inviting their family into this and law enforcement into this, that's where that's a point of no return. And it could have been handled without all that. It could have been just like a simple, you know, friend conversation. Like, I could remember a conversation that me and my friend had. He has a very strong Christian beliefs and everything like that. I was still kind of loosey-goosey on everything, and I was talking about Game of Thrones. You don't talk about Game of Thrones around Christians because of a lot of the incestual undertones and a lot of the witchcraftery that's in the book, they claim. That's
some of the more like Westboro Baptist Church level Christians. You wouldn't want to bring up Game of Thrones. But if they can be subjective about the media that they consume, and, you know, enjoy it as a work of fiction, which it is. Never claims to be fact. Like, that's the thing. That's what I've always found ridiculous. I don't know. Like, that's what I've always found ridiculous about, like, overly religious people, when they demonize a piece of media. In particular, saying that it's like satanic or whatever. It's a work of fiction.
You want to know something? So
it's a work of fiction.
So you want to know something? So one of my favorite bands is Ghost. Ghost is like literally like it between him, 69 Eyes, Cradle Filth, Anathema, and The Cure. Ghost is like my go-to just to start the day, like get something done, get everything done, because, like, you know, I could sing with it, I could literally drum with it, and I could get stuff done while I'm doing it. It keeps me concentrated. One of the things I was explaining to my buddy about this band, and he's like, well, that sounds like a satanic band. I go, not necessarily, because they are a parody of the Catholic Church. He's like, oh, okay, but they still sing about the devil, right? It's like, well, like I said, it's tongue-in-cheek type of singing about the devil. Like, it's one of those things where you have to sit there and, like, read the text of their lyrics, and then just sit there and go, like, okay, that song isn't helpful, that song's all right, blah 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 blah, whatever. I mean, like, I've actually had parents who had to talk to me about my playlist, because I used to whenever we go to winter camps, I would have like the iPod Nano or the iTouch iPod, and I would always play like a playlist that I made before. It's all like filled with like Kiss, Dio, Pink Floyd, especially Pink Floyd, because it made like the 2+ hour drive or 3+ hour drive a little bit more helpful to like, you know, just sleep while we're driving there. and they would sit there and go like, well, you're listening to they saw that I was listening to Kiss Shout Out Loud, shout out loud, don't copyright me. And I always think about that episode of That 70s Show where they're sitting there and go like, you could hear the devil in the record, and then they play the record backwards. It's like, see, you hear that? It says devil love me.
Yeah, they used to say that about Chicago too.
I heard about that.
Like, it's a fucking meme that they even, poked fun at in a episode of Futurama. If you remember the Fox run of Futurama, they made fun of that. Like,
yeah. Oh my goodness, I remember that. There was an episode where and this is actually true. This is actually one of my favorite episodes. It was an episode of The Simpsons where someone I think it was a Treehouse of Horror episode. They were playing a record backwards, and a lot of people were getting confused because they were sitting there going like, there's a message in it, but I don't know what it is. Like, everyone's sitting there going like, oh, it says fuck you, or Richard Nixon was always a crook, or something like that, because they were using I think it was, at the time, it was a Journey record for that, which is funny because Journey, they were never political. They were just sitting there going like, oh, we're here to play, whatever. Anyway,
but on topic though, like, it should have been done in private.
Cutting the allegations aside, I'm really hurt, and I was hurt, and I still am hurt.
Yeah.
If you really hurt, why are you on this? Why are you on the stream?
I feel like like her launching, that like report and those allegations came from a place of being hurt.
Yeah. But also coming on a stream the day after, like once the investigation was complete and everything like that, and just kind of like breathe like oh whew, I didn't get her dogs taken away, thank goodness, like super condescending like that.
Yeah, I didn't ruin her family's life, thank gosh.
Yeah, thank God. I did what was right. I did what was right. Let me just push out my hair, whatever hair I have left. My goodness, I'm a balding man. That's named Steve. I don't know.
But I never wanted, like, I look like a fuckhead, but like I never wanted it to be a malicious sort of like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with you sort of thing. That's not at all. I am genuinely sorry.
Well, hopefully, because I do know Aussie watches my streams and stuff sometimes. So hopefully she'll see this. Hopefully she'll see that, and hopefully it will be some consolation to her. So.
I'm like the compromise I will come to is I'll ask Toxic to take down the stream. We can cut out that part and put me Flame Wolf back up because I'm sorry, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah, Nisi.
Oh, okay. She was talking about
Nisi. I thought Nisi was just kind of.
Yeah, they're saying.
I was about to say. I was like,
cut out the part where they talked about Aussie.
No, like it is her birthday.
Because the niece part should stay up.
Yeah, the niece should stay up.
Something saying she had that exact picture except with my mum scribbled out, and she's like, "You want to keep going, Liana?" Which I'll send to you.
She's got me blocked on Twitter. She got mad at me.
Oh, they're talking about Niece Lone Wolf
now. A picture of me and the photo of my mum, except she scribbled out my mum, and she's threatening me, and then she's saying,
"Hold on, this is when
I sent it to Matt."
Liana Xylee gets in the call.
Posted a picture of Liana's mom, or was like threatening to, and Liana, basically got ahead of that and did it anyway to take that away from Niece.
I'm the two things that I don't need in my life, and I shouldn't have. The first one I shouldn't have. Like, I was wrong about what I said about Aussie, and Niece is just adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
Xylee, shut up.
Oh my God, I'm coming up here to tell you I'm proud of you, but fuck you.
No, I know you are, and I'm sorry that I told you to shut up, but we know you're right. You're always right.
Well, I just no. I want to let you know. Yes, I think taking the video down would be a good thing. And look, and by the way, your impression of me was actually pretty good. One of the better impressions of me, by the way.
Oh yes, okay.
You had one of the better impressions. Much better than Matt Pitts, I will say. But I mean, everybody knows I don't care for Aussie, but that part was like, ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. No.
But you know what? Here's the thing.
I think I got a little too big for my britches. I was like, oh yeah, I'm this big deal now, and yeah, I live very
Liana, if anybody knows about something like that, I do. I have a whole ass live stream that's still up on my channel that I fucking hate. Remember the shit I caught from that live stream? I understand.
About the accusations one.
I remember that live stream. I was there for that live stream. I agree with Xylee on that. Like, at the same time, like she believes that it should be taken down, but at the same time, she still has a stream that has like accusations that were against someone that were completely wrong. But she has corrected the record and stated that she was wrong. And like I said, honestly, Liana should just basically what I would have done if I was in Leon's shoes and I did this, I would just basically just not even put out be on a podcast for it. Just simply state like, hey, this is what happened. I'm leaving it at that. Have a nice one. I apologize to Aussie. That's it. Just move on.
Yeah, Aussie and her family.
Yeah,
because it goes deeper than just Aussie at that point.
Yeah,
when you're like going after her family's livelihood.
Exactly.
Yeah. That live stream. I won't talk about that situation anymore because I feel like I don't have the range to talk about it anymore. And I hate that live stream. I fucking hate that it's still on my channel. And I hate that I fucked up so bad I had to put out statements on it and shit like that. Okay, so I understand where you get too big for your britches and you either don't communicate well, because with me it was the communication, it's the way I put it together. But I understand. I do understand exactly what you're saying.
It's kind of like it's exactly what you went through. My communication wasn't very well. It was very vague. It wasn't like the accusations weren't very solid because I didn't go into specifics, and the fact that I hadn't reported it was even worse.
Yeah, so I understand exactly what you're going through now. I mean, granted, it's a smaller scale than what I went through, but I understand. I understand where your mouth got ahead of you.
yeah, I do have a big mouth.
It's she's got a big mouth, but she also got a case of foot and mouth because, like I said, I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to repeat myself, but like, if you had a legitimate problem with it, you should have just reported it. Like, honestly, I don't know how much farther I'll go in this video. I think I probably won't, but it's
weird to hold on to it for so long. Like, that's the thing that we asked that creepy reading when we interviewed in that situation. It's like,
we're gonna keep bringing it back up
for so long. It's so similar.
It's this is like BoJack. Is this the crossover episode?
It's
the crossover.
It's deja vu. It's like literally deja vu.
Okay, now I know why I gotta put on for the next episode. I gotta get a soundboard of is this the crossover episode? Just fucking hell.
But it's just, why hold on to that for so long though? Like 9 fucking months that you're gonna wait for that, and that just shows that she doesn't really care for the animals that much. Because in 9 months, if the conditions are as like deplorable as you would like claim that they would be, or like that you would think they would be, or as detrimental as you think like an unsanitary condition or like underfeeding would be, wouldn't you like have reason to believe 9 months after the fact that those dogs could be dead or fucking ill, like severely ill, or just like damaged beyond the help of like a third party? It just seems like it seems like something that if they're like animals being abused, you would want to like get on top of that ASAP and get on top of that so that those animals aren't in danger anymore. But it just turns back to you know, the report wasn't made for the right reason. I feel like it, like if you're holding on to it for 9 whole months, that report was not made for the right reason. It came out of a place of having your feelings hurt and being spiteful to someone and making the report, as opposed to you actually feel that there's like a, you know, that there's like imminent danger to these animals and that you are just like very fucking appalled at the conditions of the animals. It just doesn't reflect that way, and it kind of rubs me the wrong way that a report would be made in like seemingly bad faith.
Yeah, it just like, just to get my final thoughts on this, honestly, it's just like it's it really just, I feel like this report was made with bad faith because of the fact that, you know, they had an argument. They had a argument that honestly I felt like and I'm gonna rephrase this again because I want to say, I feel like that argument, it could have been a private one, it could have been in a VC with other people that witnessed it, it could have been on a live stream, that there was a moment of no return for both of them, and they could have just walked, she could have just walked your separate ways, like, you know, mind your own business. If you guys are both in a VC, you know, just stay cordial, like not even worry about it. But the fact that there was a call to these people 9 months after it doesn't show me genuine belief that you felt like those dogs were in serious danger. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like you were just sitting there waiting for the right moment, that just in case that if both of you literally were just kind of like, oh, I'm so mad at Aussie now, I'm gonna report her family and I'm gonna do this, you know, because
like holding allegations in your back pocket to like throw it, so you know, throw out when someone like, you know, crosses a certain line with you is really fucking ridiculous. And I've got another fucking callback here to a past situation that is unrelated to this, you know, because of the similarity in that, like, you know, same vein, is when, you know, when Mizkif got called out for covering up that sexual assault, you know, Trainwrecks held on to that information for a long time and threw out that allegation because they were in that beef over the gambling stuff. If you remember correctly, because Mizkif was siding with Pokimane and Hassan against Trainwrecks and XQC, and they were arguing about the gambling stuff, the morality of the gambling streams on Twitch. And all of a sudden, Trainwrecks just throws out, like, oh, you'll cover it up like you covered up those girls getting, you know, like S8'd or whatever. Or
they were like, oh.
and then you know, then that whole fucking lid gets blown off of that, and you know, all that shit started. But it's just a similarity here because, like, you know, holding the allegations in the back pocket until someone crosses a line with you that you feel is too far, or you get upset enough at someone, you drop it. That's kind of ridiculous in my opinion. To, you know, to hold on to something like that for like this extended period of time. And I'm sure Liana's aware that this is like not very cash money.
Oh, it's not cash money.
And you would ideally hope that she learns from that and fucking acts with more grace in the future. And holds herself to a higher standard.
Like, and here's the thing too, like a lot of people
this is a recoverable situation, in all honesty. The only situation you can't recover from is scamming your fans to a massive extent,
Mhm.
or sexual assault, or the fucking godforsaken grooming and pedophilia.
You know, so I, you mentioned Mishkif, and I was sitting there going like, it made me think about the whole allegation between like Mishkif and Sesu, or I think that's how you pronounce her name, but the cosplay streamer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember covering that.
So this is my whole thing about that, right? So a lot of people didn't want to do too much of a deep dive in it because like it was one of those stories where like no matter how much you looked at it, no one was gonna win if someone actually broke the case and actually like went deep into it. There's a reason why there was not a lot of coverage of it. Like maybe it was like maybe at best like 2 days worth of coverage, and then it just suddenly we went on to the next big thing.
I don't even think I saw the community cover that.
It was just like it was because so Augie covered it like one night.
Footnote. Yeah, it was a footnote. It was a footnote. Augie stream.
It was a footnote, and the only reason why I think he didn't do it, and that this is kind of my nuclear take on it. The reason why they didn't like really cover it was because like Sesu's known to be a cosplayer, and a lot of these a lot of the commentary community has a bad reputation apparently amongst the cosplay streamers, because the cosplay streamers are, there's a reason why cosplay streamers are very careful with what they say on stream, because they know some shit could get made into a video by commentary and T communities. So there's a reason why where every once in a while, if there's like a commentary video on like someone like Sesu or Bonnie Bonkers, let me see here, there's a couple others that I could think of.
Even in the broader Twitch community,
yeah,
Keemstar is like Satan to the fucking broader Twitch community. Like the co-hosts of my podcast hate Keemstar.
Like all it takes is just one drunk stream, like one drunken stream, and boom, their coverage, they're getting covered on the next episode of like the Keemstar show or the Tub Club. Willie, we need to have a talk about that, by the way. All right, I'm just saying.
Yeah, Tub Club needs to make a return.
Yes, look, I have a tub. Look, I'm throwing my hat in, dude. Let's do it.
Or even something like After Hours. If Augie ever brings that back, that's another talk that we need to be having.
By the way, I want to point out that I actually made the logo for the Tub Club. So that's my rags to riches story.
Or, like something like Some Ordinary Podcast. I know Mutahar and Nuxtaku and Oompaville do cover a lot of like the bigger stories that go on in commentary. They cover like a lot of the same like stories, like stuff like Illuminati. And
I heard about Illuminati. What's going on with her? Because I saw that today.
Oh my god, that is a fun deal. Illuminati's been, going through some shit basically, because it's all started with her calling out Legal Eagle and his editors for like stealing an edit, trying to steal
I remember
her, like,
that. I
absolutely
I made a tweet about it and sit there go like, are you telling me that they ripped off something that not only is something that Legal Eagle probably bought out of a preset graphics thing that I could actually also get for the same, for about $40? That's basically a hand job and a slap in the face. Okay.
Yeah, and there aren't like trade secrets in this like field of like editing YouTube.
Mhm.
It's not like you can fucking copyright trade secrets and shit, like you can in a country like South Korea. Like you can't do that in every other country in the world.
Like for instance, Lixian, Markiplier's editor, he actually does have a trade secret that he actually owns the trade and copyright to. And there's a reason why you don't see a lot of people use like the drawn character doing all these different actions for Mark, because he owns that.
Yeah. That falls into like, you know, that does kind of fall into like copyright in a way.
Yeah. But
more than like trademarking. But it's just
but I know she disappeared for a while.
Illuminati did her like apology to Legal Eagle,
mm-hmm.
and then brought up something involving a content group called Sad Milk that she was a part of, like a collaboration between her and the Click and like Wonderstruck and like a few other channels.
Yeah.
Like about a past drama. And that opened up the fucking, you know, the floodgates for all of these former Sad Milk people to come out and like, you know, give their side of the stories, you know, because she brought up this drama like unrelated.
Mm-hmm. And then they're like, nah, this is what really happened.
Then they tell their sides of the story, and you know, they really dunk on her. The commentary community starts dunking on her and stuff, right? Like they just start really giving her shit. Like, you know, Turkey Tom and like Turkey Tom, I know Omni fucking dunked on her in a few of his videos, and he's usually one of the most like, you know, he's usually one of the most fucking neutral parties of all time when it comes to covering things. And you know, when Omni's like critical of you, you're kind of like a massive asshole in a way. And you know, it was like that. And then I think at some point she got to like striking down these videos and trying to take them down. And there was an instance as well where one of her editors was like renting a room from her and like exposed her for being like a fucking, like, you know, like a fucking messy woman and like keeping a very dirty fucking room in her house, and then trying to repossess a like car that they were like, that she was like leasing out, like leasing out to them or selling to them on payments. Like she fucking ended up trying to repossess this car even though they were paying on it, and it was just like a really shitty situation overall. Like it's just this more and more as it went on, she ended up looking like more and more of a fucking terrible person. And then past stuff started getting covered as well from even before Sad Milk. And I saw something even more recently. This is from Reddit that I saw this because, you know, I follow some of those drama subreddits to try to find some like obscure drama that nobody in the community covers.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes these individuals on Reddit will bring up some wild fucking drama. There was a statement made in one of these fucking Reddit posts claiming that she played a character, you know, her content leans left very hardly, and you know, she has like left-leaning political statements in her videos.
Yeah.
Apparently she used to play a character on another channel that espoused like right-wing opinions, and not like in a satirical way, but in more of like a unabashed and unironic manner.
Like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about all this at this point. So, but I'm gonna end stream right now. So, but by the way, I'm gonna go put this in the chat here real quick because I need to do that. Let me.
It was a fun time chatting with you about the
the
Liana and Aussie situation. It's not one that I got to dive too deeply into, but I was aware of like a bit, like a few of the details, because you know, people in the community talk about these things. Especially considering the last few days, there's been nothing going on at all.
Yeah.
Of anything of any significance like that I want to cover. the only good thing that really was worth covering was the whole Anthony Fantano getting sued by Activision thing.
Mm-hmm. Which
And
I
that's
am
like a
gonna
story
be.
that you can comprise in a Dexerto article.
Yeah, I am gonna cover that on Sunday, and also I will be officially wrapping up the whole coverage of the Blizzard Activision Microsoft acquisition. I haven't heard anything else about the British lawsuit that's apparently being played out right now. That may actually affect us here in the United States too, to a degree, but like not to a big degree. We will, I will make sure that is covered and everything like that. And also Sniper Wolf and Jack Films. It would be probably 10/9 Central Standard Time here on this channel. By the way, you guys, we're gonna end it on a interesting note. Mike the Bike just put out a brand new parody song for Nicholas Diorio. I haven't had a chance to hear it. We're gonna end the stream on it. So once again, thank you so much, Mr. Moth, for joining me. I greatly appreciate you, my friend.
Oh, no problem at all, brother. It was an honor being on.
Oh, no
being
problem.
Able to just shoot the shit with you for a while. Got to talk about some soft drinks and energy drinks, and those are things I love.
Yeah.
Mainly the energy drinks. I love energy drinks.
So
but it's good to always shoot the shit about these dramas going on, because I don't get a lot of opportunities to outside of Badwig streams, because I don't like jumping into a lot of these like highly, some of these like streams in the community where they're just like extremely wild.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
chats.
no.
Like it's hard for me to like jump into these places, because I know that it's like some places aren't my cup of tea in the community. It's like I like to be very chill and laid back and not like be edgy. I'm not, there's a time and place for being edgy, and that's what my shit posting on Twitter is for.
Yes. I will say your shit posting on Twitter is very, very excellent. It's top tier.
I'm like, I like to poke fun at things and not be too like off the cuff. And I use my friends who are also the co-hosts of my show, or like my podcast that I do, which is like the Rogue AI podcast.
Okay.
They wrangle me in and make sure I don't post the edgier like jokes, because I do like, I'll shoot them a joke and be like, should I post this? And they'll tell me no like fucking 50% of the time.
No. But thank you so much, Lampberger. Appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and mute. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate you all watching, and we're getting close to 60 followers. That is really cool. That I'm growing this channel out for just to do this podcast. So thank you guys so much for watching. Also, guys, subscribe to Mike the Bike. He is truly an amazing person, and always one of the good brothers. So give him a good follow. I am the Alpha S, saying peace, love, and grease. The pier has closed.
Making vigilante, it's every day for me. When, yeah. Hey, I remember shooting front yard pictures like Profilitex, destroying Nut City and I'm Alex, but now we posting shit. Too busy joining Discord calls, distant training AI test, debating these fools like Destiny does with this panelist. Still always playing Fortnite, sipping on those chug drugs. Cody Oreo, please stop it in when you buy stuff. I get way too sweaty once I'm spending on my B-bucks. Pull up on your building, shoot it.
I had the speed up. I apologize.
AM to the PM, tipster sits there getting drunk. Cracking open beers down in shots, I'm getting drunk. Master leaks his DMs on his Discord while he's drunk. Sick of all the T's and he blocks it, now getting drunk. My last tweet just went viral. He put Big Tippy in a spiral. He's blocking me and all his old YouTube Goon Squad bros. At least he's still friendly with Bud Light though. Nick, be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Nick, sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Nick, sit down. Be humble. Sit down. What is Keppels thinking when she frontin' on my fam? Saying we all spew hate like we're Klansman. Taking her side now, tip, it ain't right. You spend more time with Keppels than your own wife. I'm so fucking sick and tired of fake soundboard claps. Shit is more embarrassing than wearing tits to backpacks. Shit is more embarrassing than edited bruise marks. And when you got clown while you're on Augie stream when Keppels flop, ayy. This sim's gone too crazy, ayy. Hopped onto what's trending, ayy. Constantly defending, ayy. LGBTQIA. This an intervention, ayy. Last chance for redemption, ayy. Won't say more about it, ayy. Yo got moms are leaving, ayy. Watch how AP's gone, Liana's running, Leia's walked, ayy. I'll stick to roasting, you stick to res talk, ayy. If I kill this nigga, it'll be the alcohol, ayy. Either that or hand an animal, bitch, be humble. Sit down, be humble. Sit down, be humble. Bitch, sit down, be humble. Sit down, be humble. Sit down, be humble. Sit down, be humble. Bitch, sit down, be humble. Sit down.
Fuck out of everybody. Fans, please stop breaking the fucking chair!